What's the strength of your team?
I think we have a balanced team, you know, everybody's capable of doing anything at any given day. So we want to play to our strength, full potential, you know, it's going to be a good game.
All right, excellent. Well, good luck. Well, gentlemen, good luck to both of you. And so there you have it, that the Caribbean Invitational have won the toss and they've elected to take first strike. And we're being reminded that, by umpire Danny Khan that the game will start promptly at 1:15. Prior to the start of the innings for the Caribbean Invitational, there will be a moment of silence to honor the honorees for today, in addition to a few individuals that have passed recently. And so we'll turn the proceedings shortly over to the President of the Indo-Caribbean Federation, Mr. Ralph Tamish, to take you through the proceedings before the match. In fact, to John Aaron, before the things get underway. So we'll ask the teams to actually take the field momentarily for just some pictures, and then we'll actually have the moment of silence shortly thereafter. All right, so yes, we're going to need everyone out. The individuals, we'll call them by name, out to the middle of the field, and then we'll have the moment of silence. So we'll start with the Caribbean Invitational, and the captain, Renwick Batson. Renwick Batson. Just come over to the middle. Zaib Tariq. Zaib Tariq. Burston Reed. Brandon Singh. Charlton Senior. Wakas Ali. Francis Mendonca. Damian Jacobs. Marinaro Dixon. Yannick Elliott. And Alex Hussein. Oh, Dino Chowinam. Dino, I didn't see you there, that's why I didn't call you. Hiding out to the back. So these are your Caribbean Invitational 11. Now for the Guyana Invitational, the Guyana team is being led by Hemindra Ramdehal. The team includes Amarnath Prasad, Andy Mohammed, Arun Prasad, Chris Patadin, Hugo de Oliveira, Kiran Sunarayan, Nick Chinku, Randy Wilson, Shalindra Shamir, Terry Majamutu, Wasim Haslim, and Yudish Bisnat. There's your two teams, your Guyana Invitational and your Caribbean Invitational. A round of applause for the team. The umpires for the match, and we'll just stay there for a moment. The umpires, Vijay Malela and Danny Khan. And just stay there momentarily, gentlemen, just stay. And I'll turn it over to John. Oh, there is John.
Thank you very much, Carl, and welcome to Idlewild, the Idlewild Oval, and for us to see an exciting match today between the Guyana Representative 11 and the rest of the Caribbean Representative 11. But before we get the match underway, we want to pay respects, but I'm also going to ask Sam Supersad. Sam, will you come here and to say a few words on behalf of the big guy upstairs? That's an awesome responsibility, Sam. I hope you can handle it.
Folks, good afternoon and welcome to these games. My name is Sam Supersod, and in the cricket world, I'm the guy who writes for USA Cricket. You can see and report on these games and that. In the spiritual field, I go by the title of the Reverend Sam Supersod, an assistant minister in the Lutheran Church. Today's game is in memory of two very, very important people in Ralph's life and the life of this organization, of Jasmati Ori and Shireen, Ralph's mom and the sister, who unfortunately passed away earlier this year. Blessed are the dead who die in the Lord, that they may have everlasting joy in your presence. Today we remember Jas and Shireen, who have worked very, very arduously for this organization. Eternal rest grant to them, O Lord, and let light perpetual shine on them. May the souls of the faithful, including Jas and Shireen, through the mercy of God, rest in peace. May we bow our heads in a moment of silence with our hats off, please. We will add to that Sheldon Gomes and Wasim Aslim's brother. May we bow our heads for a moment of silence. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and enjoy the rest of the afternoon. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Sam Supersad. Thank you, John Aaron, and thank you to the executive leadership of the Indo-Caribbean Federation. And again, a reminder that the toss has been won by the Rest Invitational, and they have elected to take first strike.
Check. So, you ready for play? So the Caribbean Invitation 11 have won the toss. They've elected to bat, and batsman out in the Dino Chorinam. The man will be on strike, and of course Francis Mendonca. Arun Prashad has been given the ball. And 20 overs aside, the feature game of the day, Guyana takes on the Caribbean Invitational 11. And Guyana is being led by Ram Dehal. And the Caribbean Invitation 11 is being led by Renwick Patson. So we're in for a treat here. And Arun Prashad will be the man to start from the far end of the ground. Chavinam will be on strike. And welcome back Carl and Matthew in the box. So Carl, feature game here today. Matt, welcome to the big game of the day with the news. Caribbean Invitation 11 have won the toss, elected to bat.
Yes, Len, and good afternoon to the fans and spectators who have joined us here at Idlewild Park. As looks like there's a little bit of production happening right to the right of the commentary box, so we'll, in deference, try to accommodate what's happening here until this match begins. In the meantime, Dino Chavinam will be on strike, and Arun Prashad will stand with ball in hand in the distance. So first ball drop, ball hit, easy catch to backward square, and Yunesh puts it on the turf. So Dino Chavinam not the man to miss.
Well, Dino Chavinam is not a batsman that you want to drop, especially first ball of the game, because he is a batsman that'll make you pay very quickly. Doesn't like to mess around, this guy.
So Mendonca comes into strike with the Caribbean team, the West team. They're one on the board. Good start here from Prashad. So a couple of good balls here so far from Arun. Able enough to induce a false shot off the bat of Chavinam.
Driven from Mendonca. That ball, good start from Arun Prashad, considering he could have had a wicket in the form of Dino. First ball of the game. Down the track from Mendonca, and 4 runs. So there's the first boundary of the game of the bat of Francis Mendonca. Down the track from Mendonca, and 4 runs. So there's the first boundary of the game of the bat.
Here for the Caribbean Invitational 11. They won the series last year, and so they're looking to go 2 up. They've won the toss, electing to bat. And so that completes over number 1, 5 without loss.
Boss man, you gotta hold the ball, you know. Huh? You gotta hold the ball, you know. I drop card already.
Terence Madramutu looks to be the new bowler. Pace and spin. Going to start things off here on different ends for the Guyana team. Dino Chawinam, the man on strike. He's been put down. He's on one. Very destructive, hard-hitting batsman. Not easy to bowl to a fella like him.
And Matt, the fact is, Chawinam will be batting at the end, in which he may probably take a better chance. It's coming downside, and coming with the wind. So this is going to be quite interesting, as Terence Madramutu would have played with him, and they would have played against each other. So I'm pretty sure that both players here will have things up their sleeve for each other.
Yeah, interesting contest this between Madramutu and Dino. Knew each other very well, as you said. Played with and against each other many times.
Yeah, that's what franchise cricket has become. One day you're teammates and the next day you're up against each other. Oh, Chawinam goes down the ground. Randall Wilson is the man engaged, and only a single. So quickly Chawinam gives up the strike to Mendonca. The 6 without loss.
Yeah, Mendonca with the only boundary in the innings so far.
So production is still ongoing here, as now Hafiz Ali is in the box, in the hot seat of the Rockaway group of companies.
Oh, what a catch! What a catch that is! Bit of a juggle, but still.
Of the Rockaway group of companies.
Juggle, but looks like it was patted in, just sticking a hand out. It fell in, it came out, he fell to the ground and it fell with him.
Well, an amazing catch from Patadin. First of all, he blocked the ball, kept it in play, and with the ball still alive and his body tumbling, Matt, he held on to the ball, and Mendonca might have been undone by a bit of brilliance from Chris Patadin.
Yeah, you can't blame yourself for something like that to happen. Mendonca was a good-looking shot. Looked like it was just going over. And we've seen the outfield in the previous game. Could have gone for a couple of runs, could have gone to the boundary even in these power play overs. But a good catch that from Patadin. Early wickets, Mendonca's gone. 6 for 1.
So the captain comes to the middle, Renwick Batson. And he comes in here with Madramutu who have picked up the wicket of Mendonca of just his second ball. So a good start here from Terence Madramutu as Renwick Batson comes in to the fray in just the second over. Ball has eluded the man at first slip. He could come back for a couple of runs. So good delivery again from Terence Madramutu, inducing the edge of Renwick Batson. He gets up the mark with 2, and it's 8 for 1 man.
Minor league either. Oh, okay, okay. Connect.
Oh, Batson has gone big. It's right beside his player pavilion, and that goes for the first match. Oh, Batson has gone big. It's right beside his player pavilion.
The maximum result for a shot.
And so, as we've told you, $20 per 6 hit today. All courtesy of the Rockaway Group of Companies CEO, Hafiz Ali. And so, already we have registered, well, Renwick Batson has registered at least his gas money to come here, and perhaps the tolls. And so now looking to earn, see what else he can add to that. Showing him, we know he's a 6-hitter, so he probably will get into the act as well.
So is that man at the non-strikers end, Dino, when he gets going, he can hit quite a few and can hit him a long way.
And Matt, if he hits any, he probably have to split that money with Yiddish Bisnot. Yiddish would have contributed somehow.
Carl, you'll never know if it's a setup. You'll never know in these days if it's a setup. If I bowl to a batsman and he hits me 6 sixes in an over, that's $120, right? 60 each.
Might have to call in the ICF anti-corruption team. Put in a full investigation. 14 for 1, over number 3 about to get underway.
And Carl, I remember last year we saw Dino Chawinam smashed 50 over at Paisley Pond Park. Every single run in that 50 partnership were boundaries. And we were scouring through some records to see if it has ever been international level.
Cleaned them up. And the happiest man on the field is Yiddish.
Through some records to see if it has ever been done at the international level.
Cleaned them up. And the happiest man on the field is Yiddish.
14 for 2. Big wicket of Chawinam gone. Hasn't done too many damage. He's gone for 2 in the end. Big breakthrough for Guyana considering the circumstances in the first over. Massive wicket that.
Yeah, a couple of wickets down, Guyana. And Guyana this year, Matt and Carl, does have a score to settle with the Caribbean Invitation 11. They were badly beaten last year, and so they have a little bit of score here to settle with Batson and his men. And so far, at 14 for 2, they're up to the challenge.
They were trounced last year, as you pointed out, so as a disappointed Chawinam makes his way back into the Players Pavilion. And he is replaced by Yannick Elliott, who walks to the middle. And so he'll take guard from umpire Danny Khan.
Carla, this is a good position here. Well, not necessarily at 14 for 2, it's a good position. It's never a good position. But this is a good time for Yannick Elliott to really try and really build an innings. He's a quality stroke player. He takes time, he gets in, and then he gets his run. And this may be a good time for Yannick Elliott batting at number 4, 14 for 2.
And Elliott would be a first-class player out of Jamaica and plying his trade these days, at least this summer, with the Atlantis team in the Metropolitan Cricket League. And so he comes here to the 4.
Oh, good delivery. Well bowled that from Prashad.
Yeah, Prashad has started extremely well. We haven't talked about how well Prashad has bowled, Carl. His first over went for just 5 runs, and now look what has happened here in the second over. A wicket and a dot.
Yes, Len, he has been spot on, using the seam very effectively.
So ball turned into the onside. They scamper through for a single. And now the captain comes back onto strike, Renwick Batson, and can't miss him at all, man.
He might glow in the dark. Those shoes.
The hat catches me.
Well, the shoes and the hat you can see from space. And so I'm sure somebody in the space station is looking down and going, "Hey, isn't that Renwick Batson over at Idlewild?"
Oh, you love to see it expressing the colors. Batson has struck one already for 6.
And we will have
appeals.
and they have just played on. In fact, the ball looked like it is rolled up against the stumps, and fortunate for him, bails remain intact, nothing dislodged.
Yeah, really good performance this so far from Prashad. 1.4 overs for 6 with the wicket of Dino. He could have had Dino well before.
Oh yeah, should have had him first ball.
So Batson remains on 8.
Oh, just over the fielder. Looks like Shamir couldn't get a hand on it. And they come back for a couple of runs, takes Batson into double figures. First Caribbean Invitational batsman to reach double figures.
Yeah, ball just eluding Shailendra Shamir, Carl, and Shailendra Shamir, he's what, about 5'7"? Had he been 5'7.5", might have plucked that one out of the air, or had he been Chris Patterson.
Patted in, exactly. Defensive is Batson. He's whipped the front foot for a couple of deliveries now, Batson. 17 for 2, 3 overs completed. Prashad, 2 overs, 1 for 8. Majramutu, 1 over for 9. So very good start for Guyana.
So the John F. Kennedy Airport, Matt, looks pretty quiet today, or maybe they have changed course.
Yeah, they seem to be going on a different course.
60 million passengers a year that passes through that port. And of course, Carl, 1.3 billion dollar revenue. They say it will take about $18 per passenger for the airport to make a profit. So next time you buy your chips somewhere in the airport, remember a cup goes to Port Authority, just to make sure that the airport makes a profit. Majramutu continues with a dot ball outside the off stump, and well, yet remains on 1.
Thinking of one, not there. Couple of dots from Majramutu to Elliott.
So good bowling here from Majramutu. Let's see what he has done so far. So he's bowled 9 balls. He's given up 9 runs. One of those, a big 6 off the bat of Renwick Batson. Good quality bowling, as we have seen many times, Carl. Majramutu has been used as a slow bowler off spinner to start T20 innings many times.
Yes, Len, and he has come to the party almost always. Very consistent bowler, quality player, a lot of experience by now. Swing and a miss, and again he continues to bowl well. So excellent over so far. 5 dots on the trot, and one more could register that proverbial maiden over, one of the rare feats of modern day limited over format cricket.
Carl, we've seen 3 maidens. Oh!
And so on the light post he gets hung, and that's gone for maximum. And so now the budget of the cricket.
Carl, we've seen 3 maidens. Oh!
And so on the light post he gets hung, and that's gone for maximum. And so now the act, and he goes for his first maximum. 23 for 2 at the end of 4 overs. So a number of interviews being conducted here with a number of officials from the ICF and members who have been part of this celebrated tournament over the years. And so Zamin Amin looks like he's the man up next into the hot seat. As we've said, sixes contest well and truly on. We've got 9 sixes registered by Ridwan Ramjan from the under-25 game just by himself for Team Guyana. And then there were 5 sixes struck by the Caribbean or the Rest Invitational team in their response. And then there have been 2 so far in this match.
So ball worked up towards the offside by Batson. He goes up to 11 and brings the score up to 24 for 2 in the 5th over.
So this one defended, and there's no chance to score. Score remains at 24. Yannick Elliott, he's on 7. He's faced 9 balls so far. And Batson on 11. He stands at the non-striker's end for the moment.
Yeah, Prashad continues to bowl well. Just a single to Elliott. Takes the little partnership up to 11. So a stifling start here by the Caribbean Invitational 11, Carl. They're batting at 25 for 2. And considering they would have lost Francis Mendonca to a brilliant catch by Patadin and Chowina by a brilliant ball from Prasad, 25 for 2.
And so not out, says the umpire. So 25 for 2.
Yes, Carl, I'm pretty sure if the fielding team had a review, want to have a look at that. 25 for 2.
It might be going upstairs.
Or they could be like Kings 11 Punjab and all start celebrating and then all of a sudden not go for the review. Like they did with Shimran Hetmaya, first ball. There was a nick hurt on the stump bite. They all went up. They all had already started high-fiving and fist bumping. But yet when the umpire gave it as not out, none of them seemed confident to go upstairs.
How about Prithvi Shah? He played one and nobody appealed.
So ball turned into the onside. They could pick up a couple of runs, and 2 they do.
They put Majamutu gets on his horse. Can't stop a couple back there though, as Batson continues to look quite fluent. 27 now on the board as the over concludes.
So Elliott on 8. Batson on 13. 5 gone is 27 for 2. So good start here from Guyana. And the Caribbean Invitational 11, Carl, they're going just over 5. They've lost a couple of wickets, so certainly not the kind of start that they wanted. Having won the toss, electing to bat, the power play simply hasn't gone well for them.
Yes, Len, it's they're still in the hunt for sure. Going at just 5.4 runs and over are the West Invitational, as this time he's looking to work this into the onside. Ball taking an inside edge onto the pad. Majamutu with the stifled appeal.
So Majamutu continues to bowl well. He's bowled 13 balls. He's given up 15. He's picked up 1. And considering Carly is bowling in the power plays, oh, a lovely shot from Elliott.
Wow, what a shot that is. Yannick Elliott just lifting it over the boundary for 6.
And considering Carly is bowling in the power plays, oh, a lovely shot from Elliott.
Wow, what a shot that is. Yannick Elliott just lifting. That's gone again. Yannick Elliott teeing off now. And Madramutu, 12 of the over. That's gone again. Yannick Elliott teeing off now. And Madramutu.
This battle already.
Yes, Len, as we mentioned, a senior would have played 3 matches for the Jamaica senior team. And so a quality player, first class, with first class pedigree. And so his quality on display here. And so this one goes up and over, backward point. And this one will run away for another boundary. So this one goes up and over, backward point. And this one will run away for another boundary.
Still 1 ball remaining.
Yes, that taken on by Yannick Elliott. And the proverbial commentator's curse. You make the comment, the players make a fool out of us. So worked away into the vacant fine leg region. They're going for one. They're coming back for more as the man gets onto it. And they've gone. They're content with just taking a couple. And so 2 to close out over number 6. And so the power play comes to an end with 45 on the board. It's Elliott on 26, Baxton on 13 with 6 in the books. While they're in the action, I want to take a moment to acknowledge several of the sponsors who have made today's event possible. They include Main Street Insurance, Nasir Mohammed, Rockaway Group of Companies, Rudy Prasad, Gemtex USA, La Parkin Trading Limited, Queens Resource and Advocacy Center, AD1 Tax Preparation, Central Auto Repair and Body Shop, Guyana Team, City Bias and Stitching, Upscale Construction, Cricket Zone USA, Flowers by Frankie, Floral Explosion, Angel Bakeries, GT Tents and Party Rental, Z&R Funding LLC, Harriman Joseph, MGN Funding, Terry Hastu, Sharma Sukdale, and last but not least, Anoska's Gift Basket. So we thank all our sponsors for making the 30th renewal of the Indo-Caribbean Federation Trophy match possible. And we encourage our fans and spectators to patronize these businesses, as without their sponsorship, local cricket would not get the requisite support that it needs. 45 for 2. New bowler comes in here is Kiran Sunarayan, who has been given a ball. This one steered off the square by Batson. They press for 1. They'll come back for the second. The throw comes in and Batson gets back. So 2 to him to get his continue to bat well here.
So Wilson comes in. Oh! Direct throw. No, Wilson has been practicing. 48 for 2.
So the Rest Invitational closing in on their first milestone, half-century mark, within their line of sight.
So Elliott has batted extremely well. 26 with at least $60 so far. And that is, Carl, that is more than gas and toll money. Metro card.
Yes, Len. If you're coming cross country, that probably would cover quite a bit of your journey.
So 48 for 2, Sooneray. And he gets an inside edge. One of those, what you would call a French cut. But since we're in Queensland, that's a Queen's cut. 50 on the board, 50 for 2. And so that brings up the 50 here for the Caribbean Invitational 11. So 5 in the over so far from Sooneray. So 51 for 2, Batson is on 16, the man on strike. Elliott is on 29. We've seen 6 runs in the over so far. And the over so far has gone for 2-1, 2-1. Have to see what the pattern is. The probabilities, Carl, you want to play probability? What's the next scoring shot? 2?
That's good question. And remember that the raffle. And again, keep in mind, folks, that you have to be in the raffle to try to win the. Oh, okay. All right. So the raffle is being circulated. It's $10. It's rather a book of 10 tickets costs $5, and there's an autographed bat as the first prize, an iPad second prize, and a gift basket is the third prize. This one is going through Randall Wilson, and they go away for a single. And so, in fact, now with the overthrow, they'll actually get 2 here. So a couple added to close out the over, and so 8 runs from it. It's 53 for 2 at the end of 7 overs. Again, while there's a break in the action, the raffle is on. Make sure you pick up your raffle tickets. You cannot win unless you're in. The first prize is an autographed bat. Second prize is an iPad. The third prize is a gift basket. Tickets are only $5 for a book of 10. So $5 for a book of 10. And so make sure you pick up your raffle tickets. Again, you have to be in it to win it.
So the captain, Hemendra Ramdehal, comes into the attack at 53 for 2. Elliott is on 29 from 18. Batson is 18 from 15. 2.
Down the leg side. This runs away towards the boundary. And it crosses the boundary now, and so umpire Vijay Malela confirms that Ramde Hall is strayed to the extent that he's conceded 5 runs. And so 58 up on the board. Yannick Elliott, nothing to do there but watch the ball run away. So a couple on the trot for Heminger Ramde Hall. Captain straying straight away, hasn't yet found the right line.
Yes, Carl, essentially he has given up 6 runs without starting bowling yet. So now he does, dot ball. And so finally the number 8 over gets on the way. 59 for 2, partnership of 45 between the men out in the middle.
And we saw Dina Chawanam fall cheaply. He was brilliantly bowled by Arun Prasad. And then we saw Chris Patterson pull down a stunning catch off the bowling of Major Mutu. And that sent Mendonca on his way. And so those are the 2 wickets that have fallen so far. And so 60 on the board for the loss of 2 wickets. We're into the 8th over of play here. 20 over Invitational. This is the 30th renewal of the Indo-Caribbean Federation Trophy match here at Idlewild Park. A match that has featured a number of former West Indies and first-class players from the Caribbean being honored, in addition to a number of stalwarts around the cricketing fraternity. And so we'll provide like a number of some of those individuals that have been honored over the years. There's another single taken with the French cut down to the fine leg region.
Yes, Carl, they're going at almost 8 and over. They're batting a 6-1 for 2. We've seen 8 runs in this over.
This will be more wides here. So Ramnarayan has completely, in fact Ramde Hall has completely lost the plot here. And another 3 wides added. And so that one will have to be rebowled. So 3 deliveries have been wide in this over. And they've gone for 9 runs.
Yes, Carl, and we have seen Ramde Hall from time to time. He's a way better bowler than this. 11 runs in this over so far. 64 for 2.
So Elliott looking quite comfortable, just tucking this one up to a cover point region to collect a single. That will close, in fact, still. So closes the over, out, 12 from it. It's 65 for 2 at the end of 8 overs. So again, Linda's coming back to some of the individuals that have been honored by the Indo-Caribbean Federation over the years. They include former West Indies first-class players and Test cricketers, the likes of Shiv Narayan, Leonard Bechan, Milton Paidana, Rafik Jumadeen, Bernard Julian, Derek Kalituran, Zamin Amin, Kamal Singh, Gary Nascimento, Mr. Darjun, David Mohammed, Glenn Lord, Jimmy Mirage, Michael Chin, Rabindranath Siram, Suresh Daniram, Terry Hastu, Basil Butcher, Shan Razak, Joe Solomon, Joseph Reds Pereira, of course our very own John Aaron has been honored over the years, Sam Super Kalu, Ashok Rajkumar in the umpiring ranks, marathon runner Sue Etwaru, and of course singer Evelyn Morgan among those whom have been honored over the years. And then this year, of course, the honorees are Jasmati Ori and Shireen Ramotar. Those are the mother and daughter duo who have served the duration for
So they're going just over 8 and over. See the rain, short ball. Batson gets a single out towards the onside. So not a bad over here from Keron Sunarain. 4 runs in the over so far. Well, still with 3 more balls remaining, you never know. 69 for 2.
And Batson seemingly surprised by that short pitch delivery. Ball rising quickly on him, and he was just able to get it off the square, rotating the strike in the process. Brings Yannick Elliott onto strike. He's on 32. Has batted brilliantly, struck 360 so far, so has earned his keep, so to speak, has earned his way into this match.
Oh, lovely shot through the offside. Is gonna beat the man there, and does. So that runs away for 4. Yannick Elliott goes up to 36. It's 73 for 2.
His way into this match.
Oh, lovely shot through the offside. Is gonna beat the man there, and does. So that runs away for 4. Yannick Elliott goes up to 36.
Rouses the players pavilion. Worked into the onside for a single. And so Yannick Elliott making his presence felt, and his compatriots in the players pavilion making sure that he's aware they're out there.
Yeah, big fan club. Damian Jacobs, Barriston Reed, just making sure that the boys are well encouraged. So Batson on 22.
Some of it may not be encouragement, Len. Some of it is simply get on with it. And so far, so the over comes to an end. 9 runs coming from it, and 9 overs are in the books. It's for 2. Rest Invitational, winning the toss and batting first here against Guyana. While there's a break in the action, I want to again take a moment to acknowledge the sponsors of today's event, and they include Main Street Insurance, Nasir Mohammed, Rockaway Group of Companies, that's our good friend Hafiz Ali, the Rumi Prasad of the Eastern American Cricket Association, Gemtex USA, La Park and Trading Limited, Queen's Resource and Advocacy Center, 81 Tax Preparation, Central Auto Repair and Body Shop, Guyana Times, City Bias and Stitching, that's our good man Jay-Z Mohammed, Upscale Construction, Cricket Zone USA, Flowers by Frankie. As again Hemendra starts with a wide ball outside the off stump, and we get the confirmation from umpire Malela, and so that's the 10th delivery. That's that's wide, totaling 10 in his bowling. This one is angled into the legs of Elliott and seemingly going down the leg side. Half-hearted appeal. 75 for 2. Elliott on 37.
So good over so far here from Hemendra Ramdehal. He's bowled a couple of good balls. He's given up a wide, 75 for 2, 64 balls remaining. 61 run partnership, 75 for 2.
So Elliott picks up run number 38. Total up to 76, 8 runs and over the going rate here for the Caribbean Invitational. At some point, they will look to absorb the middle overs, get through the middle overs, and then see where things land thereafter. Better over this.
So ticket sales are going great.
Briskly.
Yeah.
You see members of the ICF executives looking to make sure that fans and spectators get their tickets. So 76 for 2, taking on the pad is Batson once again. And so that will close out another over, and this time 2 from it. And it's 76 for 2 at the end of 10.
Yes, Carl, so 38 to Elliott, 22 to Renwick Batson. They've posted a good partnership of 62. And it's 76 for 2 at the end of 10. So C. Lorraine, it appears, will continue. 2 of his number, none for 17.
So 76 for 2. We're at the halfway point here of the innings for the Rest Invitational. Renwick Batson, he's the man on, he's the man at the non-striker's end at the moment. He's on 22. Yannick Elliott, he's the man on strike. He's on 38.
Hello, sir. Good.
And Elliott is tugging this one into backward square. And Majamutu gives up the chase. It's gone into the boundary for 4. So Karen Sunarayan, guilty of being short.
Good.
And Elliott is tugging this one into backward square. And Majamutu gives up the chase. It's gone into the boundary for 4. So Karen Sunarayan.
80 for 2. He's up to 42. He's batted well. 66-run partnership.
I think Yannick Elliott being very selective, Len, making sure that he picks the right deliveries to go after. Doesn't have to go after everyone. And so far it's worked out for him. Turned again into the onside for another single, and could be leg buys even until we get the confirmation from umpire Danny Khan that it's a leg buy that's being added.
So Danny Khan and Malela, they're placing their foot into the ICF next 30 years. Is that what we're reading this thing to be?
We have to check in with
Kalu and Rich Kumar serve 25 years umpiring in this game. Now Danny Khan and Malela has come forth 2050.
Good man. Thank you.
So another single here to Batson. He goes up to 23. Yannick is on 42.
So both batsmen here well set. This partnership of 68.
So far we've got $80 in the bag. 4 sixes, 3 of them from Yannick Elliott. So he's $60 and counting.
So 80 in this match, but of course we saw Ridwan Ramjan cost the organizers quite a bit in match number 1.
That's another one. $20.
Gone for another maximum. Budget has just gone up. Organizers quite a bit in match number 1.
That's another one. $20.
Gone for another maximum.
We have the answer right here.
How much?
$10.
$10 per ball.
Yes.
So a 12 pack is $120. So maybe that gets deducted from some of these batters. Yannick, he himself is up to 4 now.
Yeah, he's up to $80 and he's cashing in on a 50. I think 50 comes with another bit of incentive. So he's on 48 and he gets his 49th run. So he's going to be a rich man today, Yannick.
Well,
It's 89 for 2.
I wouldn't say rich, but certainly richer than how he came in. But rich is a relative term. In absolute terms, that would not necessarily be rich. 89 on the board.
So Batson is up to 23. 89 for 2, and so that will close out over number 11. And after 11, it's 90 for 2 with a partnershp of 76 with Batson on 24. Yannick is on 49.
And so in the first match there were 14 sixes struck, and so from that match, Len, it was $280 from that match, and of course in that match 180 of those dollars would go to one man, and that's none other than Ridwan Ramjan, who smashed his way to 85 from 27 deliveries. One of the real special innings that we've seen on this surface and in the Indo-Caribbean Federation. Struck 9 sixes and 6 fours in it. Has had a 315 strike rate on his way to scoring 85. Then of course Hamza Rana hit 3 sixes for the rest Invitational. Syed Haider and Joel Buddha also got 1 apiece, and so that's your 280 from match number 1. Now here in match number 2, 5 sixes has been struck so far, so $100 tallied on to the outcome from match number 1. 4 of those contributed by Yannick Elliott, 1 by Renwick Batson. And so these all courtesy of the CEO of the Rockaway Group of Companies, none other than Mr. Hafiz Ali, who is a key supporter of the Indo-Caribbean Federation over the years, and one of the true architects behind support for local cricket in the tri-state region. The Rockaway Groups of Companies, the car service, and of course over the years the hall was there, and of course the Rockaway Roti Shop, all courtesy of Hafiz Ali and the Rockaway Group of Companies. So they have indeed made this event special over the years. This is not the first time that Hafiz has been promoting the sixes competition in this era, and so we congratulate him for his success and also thank him for his sponsorship of the Indo-Caribbean Federation and for the sixes competition within the competition.
So 90 for 2 at the end of 11. As Chris Patterson has been given the ball, so he comes in here with the team going at just over 8 runs and over. 90 for 2 at the end of 11. So change of glove for Yannick Elliott. Batson on 24 it's a 76 run partnership. 90 for 2. So Chris Patterson given the ball. 90 for 2.
So Chris Patterson has been introduced into the attack. His first ball taken on the pad. And so the score remains at 90 for 2.
So 24 to Batson. Good start here from Patterson. He has had a major contribution in the game so far, taking out Mendonca.
And you might say that the credit for Mendonca's dismissal then perhaps attributable all to Patterson, just based on the effort, as the delivery was, with all due respect, the delivery was somewhat of a nothing delivery. Mendonca was on the go, smashed it, hit it hard. Patterson had to jump, pluck it out of the air initially, and it didn't get it first time through. And then when he fell, he fell. So Batson goes upstairs, and that's maximum, his second. And so clean strike by Batson, and looking the part. Get it first time through. And then when he fell, he fell. So Batson goes upstairs, and that's maximum, his second. And so clean strike by Batson.
Non-profit organization, it does all this paperwork right. $120 are going to this player. Who is filling up this 10.99?
They're like, look, find out where is the accounting department as this time. So a couple runs, buys actually is the call, and so a couple buys added here.
So that takes the score up to 98 for 2. Batson is on 30. Yannick Elliott still remains on 49. And someone is suggesting that if you get to 50, you should have been given an incentive, but the sixes get taken away from you. I'm not sure. 98 for 2.
And this one is hit well in the deep. Man is there. Chinko takes the catch. And so Batson has to go. He falls. It's now 98 for 3. And this one is hit well in the deep. Man is there. Chinko takes the catch. And so Batson has to go. He falls. It's
98 for 3.
So while there's a break in the action here, I'll take a moment to remind, in fact, to notify those who are contemplating participation in the raffle that a fourth prize, a complimentary prize, has been added to the raffle. Now, the opportunity for the free shipment of a barrel, courtesy of Laparcan Shipping to the Caribbean, is now a complimentary prize that's been added. And complimentary meaning it complements the other prizes, not that it's a free prize. Obviously you got to buy your ticket in order to have an opportunity to win it. And so a barrel, well, Laparcan Shipping doesn't ship to Asia, I don't think so. So 50 for Yannick, and it comes up in style here. And excellent batting by Yannick Elliott to cross the 50 mark. So excellently done. Yannick, the man on strike, he gets it done. And then 50 well-played runs to Yannick, which included 4 sixes and 3 fours on just 33 balls. The man from Atlantis to the party and representing well via the Melbourne Cricket Club in the Senior Cup, Senior Leagues of Jamaica. All the Melbourne man live in the ground.
So 99 for 3. Elliott on an even 50.
So 99 then on the board. So the opportunity to cross a couple of milestones in quick succession.
And Carl, just coming back to the Laparcan and the Caribbean barrel shipping. So my good friend here, Umair Hanif, he has his roots in Pakistan. What happens if he wins a barrel?
He might have to ship it to the Caribbean first and then ship it from the Caribbean to Pakistan. So Laparcan will get it halfway or a little part of the distance for you, and then after that it's pretty much up to you.
You're on your own. Not a good price for you to win, man. So 99 for 3.
I'll make sure.
So ball played up towards the onside and it goes away for 4. So 4 runs, that brings up the 100. 1 or 2 for 3. 9 for 3.
I'll make sure.
So ball played up towards the onside and it goes away for 4. So 4 runs, that brings up the 100. 1 or 2 for 3. You can get your barrel to, where is it going? Peshawar? Karachi. So it's going to Karachi, says. Laparkan will get it there. 1 or 3 for 3.
Yeah, and Laparkan made sure he told us that, look, as long as he knows the port, that says Singh told us, well, as long as he knows the port, he can get it all connected. So don't underestimate Laparkan. They know how to get it done. Very enterprising group of folks over at Laparkan Shipping Trading Limited.
So 103, in fact, make that 104. We're in the 13th over. Waqas Ali will get ready to face his first ball. Yannick Elliott is on 55. It's 104 for 3.
And so Charlton Senior made sure that we're aware that today is actually his fish fry, which will take place right close to here. In fact, the fish fry event is at 225-19-145th Road, so that's very close to here. 225-19-145th Road, and tickets are only $20. And I have a ticket here. There's a fish fry as well as jerk chicken and soup on the house. Ooh,
Taken on the body from the short one. The get through could be led by his here. In fact, no.
so it looks like he got a touch, as indicated by umpire Danny Khan. So thin edge onto the body.
Lots of sports happening around the world. Earlier today, KKR defeating Sunrisers comfortably in the IPL. Shubman Gill getting among the runs. Over in England, Premier League playing West Brom and Chelsea. Chelsea pulling off a magnificent comeback.
Come on.
3-0 down after 50 minutes, have come back in 3-3 in the 95th minutes of stoppage time.
Oh, so they haven't come all the way back. They've
They
come
haven't
back
come
to tie.
all the way back, but they've come back to tie.
Yeah.
Still magnificent in itself. Tammy Abraham just scoring a few minutes ago to get them back on level terms.
I gotta say that West Brom may have let one get away.
Definitely the Premier League new boys.
So 106 off 13 so far. So Ramdehal comes back for a second bowling spell. First couple of overs went for 15. It's 106 for 3 and 13.
So Elliott is still there. Waqas Ali is the man at the non-striker's end for the moment. So at some point, the rest team will look to put their foot on the gas here. We're going at 8 runs and over, so they are on course for a total of 160 or thereabouts. Now you would think that at the death they would look to put their foot on the gas. So 160 could quickly become 180, 185. We saw 173 successfully defended in the under-25 match played earlier. And so but these are two very strong teams, and this match will be very competitive down to the very last delivery. Big strike. That's through the gap and away for 4. So Yannick Elliott continues to be prolific here, and he be very competitive down to the very last delivery. Big strike. That's through the gap and away for 4. So Yannick Elliott continues to be prolific here.
So it's 110 in the 14.
Use the extra man.
We've got 41 balls remaining. They're going at 8.3, so projected score of 163.
Let me go now, Baba.
But still some ways to go. 41 balls remaining. 60 to Elliott.
154 strike rate for Elliott, so going at a good clip here. 4 6s, 5 4s.
Oh!
Good. 4 6s, 5 4s.
Oh, 20 more.
Oh.
Yannick Elliott, that is lost somewhere.
Wrong here.
And then that brings up the first 100 for Yannick Elliott. That's $100 in his arsenal. That's his fifth 6. $100, 5 6s. So 66 strike rate is 165. 165 strike rate, 5 6s, 5 4s.
So $100, but you'll have to take 8 something out for tax, so $92.
He said he's got to pay the taxes. Yeah, as they say, beware the taxman cometh.
Yes, Carl, I think Hafiz has made his way back to Rockaway Boulevard. Got to bring another bag.
He said he's gonna, the way that Elliott has been going, like they said, Hafiz will have to drive the bricks over here. He'll have to bring the truck by the entrance to the ground.
So 117, Wakas Ali on strike. He gets an inside edge. Bisnot gets onto the ball. Oh! Terrible mix-up. Run out 1. Run out 1. Wakas Ali goes.
But Wakas said
He gets an inside edge. Bisnot gets onto the ball. Oh! Terrible mix-up. Run out 1. Run out 1. Wakas Ali goes.
But would have to pick up the fielder out in the deep.
Wakas probably sacrificing himself with the run.
Perhaps wisely though.
Yeah, considering Elliott is on 67 and approaching these final few overs. Runs is key, and Elliott has been there, done that. He's gotten the runs.
Yeah, Matt, you're right on that. Wakas sacrificed his wicket. Wakas would have, could have stayed grounded, Carl, and then somebody would have gotten a run out, which it looks like Elliott. But in the end, realizing that he's going to make a dash for it. So that's the end of Wakas.
So Troy Haley comes to the middle, and so Haley will be the man on strike. So he takes guard from umpire Vijay Malela. Elliott on 67 at the non-striker's end for the moment.
Yes, Carl, and not too long ago, Troy Haley got married.
Oh,
So congratulations, of course, 118 for 4, Haley.
I wonder if Troy would have wanted everybody to know that, man.
Well, I found it on social media, so
Okay.
with 400 or something likes.
So we can add the 3,000 that's in this park and the 13 shares. So congratulations to Troy, obviously. As the over concludes, 12 from the over.
Yeah, this is Troy's first ICF match since he got married, so a very big event for him.
So it's 118 for 4, 14 overs completed. And so 6 overs remain here in the innings for the Rest Invitational, who won the toss earlier. Went with Batson calling correctly, or in fact he didn't call correctly, as Hemindra Ramdehall called incorrectly. So the toss was spun by Batson, and Ramdehall called heads. It came up tails, and so after winning the toss immediately, Batson decided that he was going to take first strike. And they're trying to make sure that that decision to take first strike was the right one. They're at 118 for 4 right now. poised for a total in the range of 175 based on the projection of the app. But with 6 wickets in hand and with the very attacking Yannick Elliott still out in the middle, would have to contend with Elliott the rest of the way. So the bowler is Andy Mohammed, who has been given a ball here.
So Elliott on, slashing shot through the offside, protection out in the deep.
Very well done by the man out in the deep. Can't stop two. And so 2 runs to get him away. 69 now to Elliott.
So 120 for 4, Mohammed.
And his teammates telling him that he's on his number. Wonder what that means, Len?
So 120 for 4. Troy Haley yet to get up the mark. He's only faced 1.
And he goes down the ground towards long off.
So Carl, want to say special good evening to also a lot of your people who would have been honored by the ICF, one of which Derek Kalicharan. I want to say special good evening to Derek in the ground. 121 for 4.
Yes, Len, and I also see that one of the board of directors from the ICF has arrived in the ground. May have been here earlier, just might not have seen him. And as a single is taken, and so I have to point to the fact that we are at 122, 121, 122. 122 for 4.
So 4 runs in the over so far. Ball stroked up towards the offside. And the score is 123 for 4.
Yes, Len, and again, just coming back, we see that Imran Ahmad has arrived in the ground, member of the board of directors of the ICF. So I want to say good afternoon to Imran, always on hand for these federation matches over the years. Talented group of professionals are the executive team of the ICF.
So 123 for 4, and Carl, what you may know or you may not know, Imran Ahmad is one of the most sought after MC in the New York City area. He's at all of the major events, and he's the big man now. So I want to say special good evening to Imran also. 123 for 4.
For sure, Lynn, and Imran does a tremendous job as well, officiating the halftime proceedings over the years. So a talented broadcaster, talented professional, and so I want to say good afternoon to Imran, and again all the members of the ICF executive team, including President Ralph Tamis, Treasurer Dr. Vijay Lilaya, Secretary Vanessa Matura, and the committee members Bagmati Lilia, Stanley Raj, Jasodra Takardeen, Samson Soni Prasad, and Mohammed Shakur.
So final 30 balls remaining. And Elliott and Haley pushing for a couple of runs in the end. Score goes up to 125, so 29 balls remaining. 73 to Elliott, it's 125 for 4. And so we've got 29 balls remaining, so we're going 8.2 at the moment. Balled him, so Yannick Elliott finally falls for 73 off the bowling of Ramdehal. It's 125 for 5. 8.2 at the moment. Balled him, so Yannick Elliott finally falls for 73 off the bowling of
Congratulations from the Guyana team, the members of the Guyana team. But Elliott knows that he would have missed an opportunity, being well set and on his way towards perhaps a 3-figure mark and setting the tone for the Caribbean Invitational. He goes, and so it's 125 for 5.
How many overs more? How many overs now?
So Marinara Dixon arrives out in the middle. He joins Troy Haley, and so now a different game now on tap for the remainder of this innings with the back of Elliott. Now two new batsmen at the wicket, and so Guyana looking to press home whatever advantage they may have gained here by dismissing Elliott, looking to stamp their authority here as Dixon will be on strike. Troy Haley at the non-striker's end. He looks on as Minja Ramdehal picks up his first. Goes in search of more. Ball is going up into the offside for a leg by. We'll wait for confirmation. And we get that now from umpire Malela. And so one added then to the total here.
Michael, stink up.
Pulled away with utmost ease. And so that goes away for a boundary.
Michael, stink up.
Pulled away with utmost ease. And so that goes away.
And your last chance to get a chance to win a prize.
And yes, the Len don't get shut out. And so water after the over. Or ball, new ball. A new ball is being requested. Oh. So 130 for 5. And so if you haven't bought your raffle tickets, get your raffle tickets. Again, an autographed bat is the first prize. Second prize is an iPad. Third prize is a gift basket. Fourth prize or complimentary prize is a barrel shipment from Laparcan Trading Limited to any place there is a port. And so any place there is a port, Laparcan can get it there. This one is whipped away for another boundary. And so 4 more to Troy Haley. Shipment from Laparcan Trading Limited to any place there is a port. And so any place there is a port, Laparcan can get it there. This one is whipped away for another boundary. And so 4 more.
Quickly up to 5. 11 runs in the over. It's 134. Oh, that's a good ball. Good comeback delivery. Could be leg by here. In fact, would have come off the bat of Haley. So 16 overs gone. It's 135. Get your raffle tickets. It's 135 off 16.
Yes, Len, and so what has happened so far? The bowling of Kiran Sunarayan comes to an end. He bowled 4 overs, none for 37. Heminja Ramdehal bowled 4 overs, 1 for 37. So he wraps up. Chris Patterson bowled 1 over, 1 for 7. Andy Mohammed 1 over, none for 5. Terence Majramuto 3 overs, 1 for 33. And Arun Prashad 3 overs, 1 for 12. So that's your bowling figures of the bowlers used so far by the Guyana contingent.
Yes, Carl, and also cricket continues tomorrow. The Memorial Romano game in the cage tomorrow. And so that's a good game for you to support. Go and support the Memorial game for Romano. And that's be playing in the cage tomorrow. 135 for 5, 16 overs gone.
4 overs then remaining. And so Andy Mohammed will continue the attack. He'll bowl to Troy Haley here. And Haley's looking to whip this through the outside. Vacant fine leg region and runs away quickly and gets into the boundary now. And it's wides is to add insult to injury. Wides is the call. And so 5 runs added takes the total up to 140. And so Andy Mohammed going down the wrong line. Nothing the keeper could do there.
So 24 balls remaining. It's 140 for 5. The Caribbean 11 won last year. And so what will be the result this year? It's 140. Troy Haley is going aggressive. Will pick up a couple of runs here. And they come and they run very, very quickly. 142 for 5. We are into the 17th. And we've got 23 balls remaining.
Yes, Len Haley on his horse and getting it away. And looking to go quickly. 12 from 7 so far. 142 on the board. 3 overs remain after this one.
So good comeback ball from Andy Mohammed. Seems to be the one that...
And the ball actually was short enough, Len, for him to have a go. In fact, unfortunately, it was well directed, so he really couldn't get it away. Not sure what he lost, but he lost something. Might have lost his shoe.
Yeah, first time he lost his shoe since he got married. 143 for 5. So Dixon will face his second ball. Haley is on 13. And we've got 21 balls remaining.
And there, in that realm, Len, there is going to be a lot of first year for for Troy Haley. Dixon comes on strike for the second time. He's faced 1 ball so far, yet to get off the mark.
So get your raffle tickets, and Carl, there's that raffle ticket sanctioned by the New York State Lottery Commission.
That's a good question. Up and over, ball in the air. They're running towards backward point. Marinero not even taken off, so he was confident that that one was going to go. If it didn't, it would have.
Lottery Commission.
That's a good question. Up and over, ball in the air. They're running towards backward point. Marinero not even taken off, so he was confident that that one was going to go.
47 for 5. We've got 20 balls remaining. Haley is on 13. Dixon is on 4. Dixon, by the way, this is his home ground. And earlier we saw Charlton Senior. Oh, lovely shot.
So he collects his gas money to get to the ground, and whatever tolls he might have paid, he goes up and over.
And earlier we saw Charlton Senior. Oh, lovely shot.
So he collects his gas money to get to the ground, and whatever tolls he might have paid while he's in the ground. So that covers at least that.
So Marinero Dixon will collect out of that $20, Carl. He will collect $18.27 legally.
So new ball is being requested. Marinero with that hit, Len, brings up the 150 for the Caribbean Invitational. So they cross 150 and over number 17 with 1 delivery remaining, 153 for 5. So for every ball lost, a deduction against the ledger of the batsman that would have lost the ball. So Dixon got 20 for the 6, less 10 for the lost ball. And so Fizali is feverishly working his way back over to the Rockaway Roti shop to bring back. He's got to bring a vault over here, Len, because quickly these batsmen are putting him under pressure in terms of how much money he'll have to come up to fund this initiative.
He's not doing this. He's not doing this next year.
Well, we said that last year. So a couple more runs here to, in fact, they decide against it. So good throw from the deep, and so only a single. So that will close out the over.
So an over that costs the bowler 19 runs. It's 154 for 5. 18 balls remaining.
So if they go 10 and over, then they're looking at 185. 184, 185 was a run chase. Anything less, 9 or 8, would put them in the range of 170 plus. And so that has to be the thinking of Haley and Marinaro. The rest Invitational have batting all the way to 10, if not 11. Man is saying 11. All right, let me look back at the list. Man said till 11. All right, so 154 on the board. 18 delivers remain. Where do they go now? Still to Wasim Haslim. Has been introduced here at the death, to introduce a new bowler at the death. A very dangerous proposition, but nonetheless, they trust Haslim, and he goes down the ground, and Randy Wilson is there.
Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye.
And they collect one. So
Our boy here.
Marinaro looking to go big. Haley comes back onto strike. He's on 13. 155 on the board. A bunch of fives. 155 for 5.
Carl, when you look at last year's scorecard, the score lines were at 224 to 176. 224 posted by the Caribbean 11 last year.
It was a trouncing, if I recall. Batson had a good day. And so wide is the call now. We get confirmation from umpire Vijay Malela.
So Vijay Malela, ODI umpire. So 16 balls remaining. Oh, Haley goes big. Prashad takes a catch. And that's the end of Troy Haley. He goes for 13. It's 156 for 6. Oh, Haley goes big. Prashad takes a catch. And that's the end of Troy Haley. He goes for 13. It's 156 for 6.
On his way. And so then, is this the first time Haley has been dismissed since he's been married? Okay, all right. So maybe not the first.
So 15 balls remaining. Zahid Tariq comes out to the middle. Dixon will be on strike. Batsman would have crossed. And so 15 balls as Zamin Amin, the coach of the Guyana team, worriedly walks by. Oh, that's a big strike from...
Oh, up and over. Big attempt by Randy Wilson. And so Dixon picks up his second maximum. And so
of the Guyana team, worriedly walks by. Oh, that's a big strike from...
Oh, up and over. Big attempt by Randy Wilson. And so Dixon picks up his second. Then, in fact, we'll give the address for the fish fry in a second.
So single to Dixon. He's been quite productive. 7 balls, 19.
Yes, Len, he's gone at a 271 strike rate. Marinaro Dixon, so definitely doing his part.
So 163. Zahid Tariq gets ready. And Carl, I've always seen batsmen coming down to just few balls remaining, takes guard, mark the crease. Batsman comes in just to face one ball and he makes all that bit of preparation. Oh, he goes good.
Look, I think Zahid Tariq is making sure that everybody knows that we're not playing bush cricket here. This is real cricket, man. Batsman has to know where his stumps are always. And taking the guard will certainly give him confidence that he knows where the stumps are at all times.
So 164th, two overs remaining.
10 runs off that particular over, so not a bad over in the context of where we are. We're at the death, and Wasim Haslim bowling his first over of this game. And so now Andy Mohammed will continue. 2 overs, none for 24, Mohammed. He'll bowl to Zaid Tariq. Tariq on 1. And so Zaid Tariq takes guard from umpire Danny Khan and will wait for Andy Mohammed coming through and around. And he swings and misses.
So the last time the ICF had their game, 224 to 176 was the scoreline. 24 posted by the Caribbean 11. Guyana last year might have been led by Rafiq Nazir. So 4 runs off the bat of Zahib Tariq. He goes up to 5. It's 168.
So productive shot.
Guyana last year might have been led by Rafiq Nazir. So 4 runs off the bat of Zahib Tariq. He goes up to 5. It's 168.
Into the act, and what's happening?
Tariq, he goes up to 5. It's 168.
Up and over. He gets into the act.
Runway 22. Runway 22 is out there.
Wide now. Andy under pressure here. 9 deliveries remaining. Zahib on 11, Dixon on 19. Straight up in the air, taken. 11, Dixon on 19. Straight up in the air, taken.
So 9, in fact 8 deliveries remaining. So 8 balls remaining here. And so Stella is the man who comes to the middle. Bereston Reed, the man they call Stella. And he stands at the non-striker's end for the moment.
So the Galaxy crew have brought out their refreshment. I'm pretty sure we'll be making a visit there. Jay-Z and company.
So Dixon misses out.
So 18.57 balls remaining.
Again, a reminder that okay. Alright, so they contemplated at going for 2 and in the end settling for 1. And so that up and it's gone. So 4 runs. And so up and it's gone. So 4 runs.
We've got 6 balls remaining, 180 on the board.
Yep. So final over upcoming here. And we'll have to see who comes back to bowl here. So Arun Prashad will finish. And he comes this time from the Reds Pereira commentary box end. New ball. It's asking for a ball, I think. So no more old balls here. So we could send in a brand new ball, but that may not be appropriate. Oh, the ball has been found actually. So here comes the ball, thankfully. Otherwise we could have had a bit of a problem.
180 for 7, 180 for 7, one over left. John Aaron found that ball, I think.
John is a man who does a lot of work. He's always in the action. Can't keep John out of the action.
He's like Columbus, he discovered the ball.
Lewis and Clark on an expedition. Founder of the Louisiana Purchase.
Yeah, we got to make a holiday now for John. How about October the 26th every year?
John Aaron Day. So remember that the Charlton Senior has his fish fry this evening, right after this match at the Equinox. The boys over at 225-19 145th Road.
So Dixon on strike. Prasad pulled into the onside.
Good try, didn't get there, gone away for another boundary.
184, 5 balls remaining.
At 225-19 145th Road.
So Dixon on strike. Prasad pulled into the onside.
Good try, didn't get there, gone away for another boundary.
That's the same position John found that ball.
Well,
so they're signaling for more balls we don't have.
So we may have to search for some practice balls or dispatch a few people into the bushes. In fact, there's a ball right next to that bag right there, Len. We might have to send that ball in, because we don't. The only balls we have are new balls. See a ball right there, sir. You go. There's a ball right there. Send that ball in, because we don't have another ball. All we have is all we have are new balls. Yeah, throw that one in. Only 5 more deliveries remaining, so at this juncture, you might have to just go with it, Danny. Only new balls we have, so
24 to Dixon. It's 184 for 7.
And the great Rusty Curtin is in the ground, Andre Curtin.
New England Eagles man.
Alexandrino.
So 24 to Marinara Dixon. It's 184, 5 balls remaining. So this Caribbean side, they made 224 last year.
How much did Batson get? Batson got a lot of runs, I recall.
They'll have to find another ball. Look at what is happening here.
Dixon, there's only.
How much did Batson get? Batson got a lot of runs, I recall.
They'll have to find another ball. Look at what is happening here.
Dixon.
Federation games. I think this may be his last time he's playing this one.
He's not good for the Rockaway budget, nor is he good for the ICF budget. A very expensive player is Marinara Dixon. Man, his strike rate is 300. 30 from 10 balls.
So 190 with 4 balls remaining. Dixon has taken balls out of the park.
Oh, he puts it down. So Randy Wilson, and now they go back for a second. So Dixon will be back on strike, and now they're going to challenge for a third. A comedy of error, and now they challenge.
Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness!
Comedy of errors out here, and somehow what should have been a dismissal turns into 4 runs.
Marinara Dixon and Barriston Reed. Give yourselves a round of applause for that, but a comedy of errors.
Yeah, it's now my scoring app is asking me if that's a boundary. What should I say, Carl? So, check.
So 34. Check. Yeah, that speaker chipped somehow. Yeah, just check. Oh, it goes again.
Chinku.
This time it's taken. Chinku doesn't put it down on the turf. And the cameo of Marinara Dixon has come to an end. 34th.
Oh, it goes again.
Chinku.
This time it's taken. Chinku doesn't put it down on the turf. And the cameo of Marinara Dixon has 194 for 8, 2 deliveries remain in the innings.
And a very well judged catch by Nick Chinku. And took it low down, took it cleanly, well judged. But now Marinara Dixon does the work that's required. He gets the round of applause. And he comes back 34 from 12, 283 strike rate, 3 sixes and 3 fours. So new Barriston, Oliveira, this is it. Gone 4-4.
Hugo D'Oliveira putting it on the turf.
6s and 3 fours. So new Barriston, Oliveira, this is it. Gone 4-4.
Hugo D'Oliveira.
So Jacobs at the non-striker's end.
Doesn't matter, he's just there to run this one down the ground.
They're coming back for the second.
Looking for a
They're going back
second.
for a third.
Jacobs looking for a third.
And he's out.
Looks like Reed has been short of his ground.
Yep, it's been given.
Going for the third, so 200 and out for the Caribbean Invitational 11. Getting a couple of runs and then couldn't come back for the third. A good little cameo there from Dixon at the end. And Barriston Reed struck a few boundaries as well. 200, Reed is run out. So Guyana will require 201 from 20 overs at a required rate of 10.05.
Yeah, we will probably have to rest it, and I actually.
I like the color one from the guy one from Guyana.
Yeah? Chuck? Doing what you do best? Hi.
No, what's being with you remember what?
Okay, players, you're invited to have a quick bite at the Rockaway Group of Companies tent, and we're starting back at exactly 3:20. So in another 15 minutes, the match will be starting. Meanwhile, please get something to eat at the Rockaway tent. Thank you. The players are invited to get something to eat at the Rockaway tent, and we're starting back at exactly 20 after 3 in another 14 minutes. So get something to eat at the Rockaway tent behind the commentator's booth, and then we're starting back in 14 minutes. Thank you.
Hey, welcome in. You go. Johnny!
Exactly like him.
And the guy kept me get 4 black salt and 4 black dairy. Now, you go up the side, you up. You go back, you go right.
Audio 1 2 1 2 audio. Check 1. Check audio check. Check. Audio check, check, audio check.
So, ready for play.
All right, so they were just waiting for the batsmen to head to the middle. Chris patted in, is patted up. And then it looks like, so Andy Mohammed as well. So looks like it will be patted in and Andy Mohammed to get the things on the way here for Guyana. Guyana will be chasing 10 and over. So 10 runs and over the ask right at the outset. 10.05. And so not an easy
News out of the minor league cricket tournament over at Park. Empire State Titans taking on New England Eagles. They were sent in. Trevon Griffith making 36 and then Jaladua on 57 not out. The Titans 122 for 4 in 15.4 overs. Big appeal, not out, says the umpire. So seems to be pretty even over there. New England Eagles seem to be restricting them quite a bit. Jaladua, we know he can hit the ball. He's there on 57. 200 more required to win for Guyana.
So Andy Mohammed.
Leverage obliterating the stumps. First one down.
Andy Mohammed.
Leverage obliterating the stumps. On the ropes early on.
And the stumps obliterated. Two of them knocked clean out of the ground. Andy Mohammed beaten for pace and not expecting perhaps the quickness of leverage. On the charge, just leaning into delivery angle into the pads. And up and over, backward square.
Yeah, good counter attack here from Chinku. Trying to take some bit of revenge from Andy Mohammed. 5 for 1.
Leverage is knocking the stumps down here. 5 for 2. Chinku, such a confident shot. And Leverage gets his. He's gone too. Leverage is knocking the stumps down here. 5 for 2. Chinku, such a confident shot. And Leverage.
And batsmen are just head in the air and swinging for the fences. That's not a good strategy against the quality of Reynard Leverage.
Yeah, that shot.
So full and straight is the order of the day for Reynard Leverage. He picks up 2 in his first over as he knocks over 2 batsmen. Andy Mohammed had no idea what happened. The off stump and middle stump were gone, and then middle stump for Nick Chinku. He doesn't last long. And so 2 falls in the first. It's 5 for 2 as the new batsman arrives out in the middle. And I think it's Wasim Haslim. And it's actually surprising that Haslim did not open or come 1 down. But nonetheless, he comes in quite early, so it probably doesn't matter. And now it will be Dino Chowanam, who looks like he'll be the man who has been entrusted to continue the attack from the Reds Pereira commentary box end. And so he will bowl to Chris Patterson. So Patterson on 1, Haslim yet to face a ball. He'll be at the non-striker's end for the moment. And Guyana already in trouble, chasing a pretty imposing 200.
But Carl, you'll have to change your next bowler here. Chowi Nam, it's not him, it's Renwick. So we're trying to trick the scorers here. And they've done a good job doing that.
Well, little does he know, Len, that we're not like the book scorers of old where you write the name in pen and then you gotta come with. So 1 quick change, you go to the app, switch the name, and you're off and running.
So Renwick Batson takes the ball. It's 2 for 5. A good time to come in and bowl. They've lost the wicket of Mohammed and Chinku. A couple of double strike, but in fact a double strike by Renard Leverage, a man who has played at the regional level for Jamaica,
and then
might have been part of a CPL lineup at some time.
And then irrespective of what happens here with Leverage for the rest of this proceedings, he's already done his job.
An experienced player himself, Renwick Batson, having represented Guyana at the youth level. So Batson has had some level of cricket over the years. So ball flicked away. That's a good looking shot running up towards the mid-wicket boundary, but fielder out there, it appears to be Damian Jacobs. And Guyana goes up to 8 for 2.
So good work out in the outfield, keeping the batsman from being able to get more than just a single. So 1 is probably okay for the Caribbean team at the moment, and so they'll take that. Batson off to a good start in this over already. Just 4 balls delivered, but just conceding just 3 runs, including a wide. So no damage done yet. In fact, only 1 boundary struck in this innings so far for Guyana.
So big play in the miss. Carl, just to remind fans, if you're looking for a match to watch tomorrow, I've been told that the Romano Memorial game is in the cage at 1 o'clock. So if you get a chance to support the boys, stop by. I think the Kellowan boys are part of this event. So check them out. 8 for 2 Guyana.
Vicky Kilowana. Now let's see what this signal is. Dead ball is the call. The famous dead ball signal, the swing of the arms below the waist, as demonstrated by umpire Vijay Malila.
Yes, Carl, Malila has had to bring out all the signals today.
Yeah, definitely. Penalty runs we saw in the previous game. Now the dead ball signal, brilliant. Very good shot that from Chris Patterson, and you mentioned he's a very, very good player. And there is a very, we saw in the previous game. Now the dead ball signal, brilliant. Very good shot that from Chris Patterson, and you mentioned he's a very, very good player.
It's 12 for 2. Guyana in a bit of trouble here, but both Haslim and Patadinkar, we've seen them from time to time. They can construct a nins, but there will have to be a special one here this afternoon.
So while there's a break in the action, I want to take a moment to acknowledge a few of the sponsors who have made today possible. And they include Mahindra Guyana Ryan of Allstate. He's a personal financial representative, so he's on the ground. I want to say good afternoon to Mahindra. Other sponsors include Main Street Insurance, Nazir Mohammed, Rockaway Group of Companies, Rudy Prasad, Gemtex USA, Le Park and Trading Limited, Queens Resource and Advocacy Center, Ad1 Tax Preparation, Central Auto Repair and Body Shop, Guyana Team, City Bias and Stitching, Upscale Construction, Cricket Zone USA, Flowers by Frankie, Floral Explosion, Angel Bakers, GT Tents and Party Rental, Z&R Funding LLC. As leverage continues, this one is clipped away down to a final position. And another single added to the total here.
Looking forward to this leverage to Patadin. Be a very interesting battle.
And Matt, we talked about the innings we saw Patadin play up in Long Island a couple weeks ago. One of the best that we've seen. This is a class innings against some very hostile fast bowling. And so he gets to match up again here against one of the hostile fast bowlers, a bowler of quality. And so it's strength against strength here. Let's see what happens.
Good bowling there from leverage.
And Matt, where is that wicketkeeper standing? He might as well be with us here in the commentary box.
Well, I'm sure leverage is encouraged. The more steps back he takes, the more encouraged leverage feels.
Look at Dino Chowie now. Is that first slip? He's a third man.
Yeah, Mendonca, one of the best around, Carl. Very clean and very tidy. Mendonca. It's a top-class keeper.
I don't care if I'm all the way to the boundary. I'd still want to have my helmet on to leverage.
And he's flying away.
Full toss into the leg side. Patadin can't make much from it. Single Haslim on strike. He's been around for quite a while, hasn't Haslim? I've seen him many times. Same for Chris Patadin as well. 14 for 2. And these two are definitely going to have to build something with
Dale, and the gift basket for the raffle comes courtesy of Anuska's. And so we want to thank Anuska for supporting this event. And so speaking of the raffle, again, buy your raffle tickets. The raffle will be conducted immediately after this event concludes. Keep in mind, first prize is an autographed bat, second prize is an iPad, third prize is a gift basket, and the complimentary prize is a shipping of a barrel to any place where there is a port, all courtesy of Le Park and Trading Limited.
So 15 for 2.
Ooh. Good start that from Batson. And the good bowling continues here.
Yeah, good start. Batson first over, he gave away 7 runs, so that's not bad. Made a good start, beating Haslim outside the off stump.
Oh, nicely done. Nicely done. And it'll go away for 4. Razim.
Made a good start, beating Haslim outside the off stump.
Oh, nicely done. Nicely done. And it'll go away for deliveries.
So 19 for 2, both batsmen on 7. And Batson has gone for second ball 4 in this over. So a long way here for Guyana, Carl. They'll need to win here badly Or else they would have gone twice down in 2 years to the Caribbean Invitation 11.
Yes, Len, they were badly outclassed in 2019. And looking for redemption here. What do they have in offer? And this time could be buys coming here. We'll wait and see. And buys it is. So we get the confirmation from umpire Maleo.
Yes, Carl, the umpires have had a lot of work to do. Generally with umpiring, your hands does a lot of signal to the scoring table. And apart from the dreaded index finger, all the other signals are really directed to the scorers. And so the umpires and the scorers will have to have very good communication and relation to get proper tabulation of the scores, right? So tidy over so far from Renwick Batson. We've seen a 4 in the over, but so far he's come back relatively well, 20 for 2. So Raffles sale still going on, or we closed up that? Oh, cut away! That's a lovely shot. Harry's got a runaway for 4.
Very good shot that from Patadin.
So Raffles sale still going on, or we closed up that? Oh, cut away! That's a lovely shot. Harry's got a runaway for 4.
Very good shot that from Patadin. These two at the crease, Haslam and Patadin, partnership of 19. Not much, but considering the first average bowled, it's definitely a lot for Guyana.
Yeah, leverage has been a problem here for Guyana. He's bowled 2 overs, no more than 2 for 8. And so how long do you see him off? In the meantime, the run rate keeps going up, so they'll have to come up with a plan here to even if it's leverage, they'll have to keep scoring. 7 to Haslam, he's the man on strike. So good offer from Haslam, and I'm always of the opinion, Carl, once the ball is going down the leg side, to play an aggressive shot just in case he misses, goes for a wide, and just in case, you never know.
Perhaps he likes them short sometimes.
Patadin can hit those.
He can.
He is capable of hitting them.
Hit that.
Down the, okay, there we go. Down the leg side. Before Mendonca could even skip across, it zips past him into the fence for 4. And with the wide, it'll be 5.
And so Matt, Troy Haley's posted that fine leg, even he had no chance. So that tells you how quickly this ball is skipping across the surface and how quickly Reynard leverage is going.
By the time Troy looked up, it's crossed the fence and into the spectators for 4.
Yeah, that's and the spectators over there, that's a full stand, Carl. That's all filled up.
That's the VIP stand. I see Jay-Z Mohammed holding court over there.
Yeah, that's where all the food is. That's a good kitchen.
All the partying happening in there. That's if you weren't doing commentary land, that's where you would want to set up shop.
So they got their full money's worth so far.
The price of admission.
Just be reminded, if you exit the ground, there's no
re-entry.
No re-entry at all. 32 for 2.
Oh, beauty.
What a delivery, what a delivery. And Chris Patadin equal to the task. And Matt, just by the way that Patadin has started, gives us the impression of it when we saw him in Long Island. He seems to be in good command, seem not to be troubled by anything that's happening, even though the pace is quick.
Yeah.
Seems to be quite comfortable out in the middle.
Yeah, Patadin, from that knock that we saw, it did look like never really worried about anything. Did get hit. And he was down for a couple of minutes, came back on, did even better.
Started punishing the bowler who had struck him. Started to flay them all over the ground thereafter.
Good ball from Leverage, and again, well played from Patadin, just seeing out Leverage because he knows how big of a threat this bowler is because of his pace and just because of the momentum that he's carrying, dismissing Mohammed and Chinku.
Yeah, not one of the greatest sight for a fast bowler is to see the timber knocked out of the ground, and he saw it twice today.
Not only that, Len, with Mohammed's, like two of the poles were ripped out of the ground, which rarely do you see that from a quickie. And he flattened them both as he charges in once again, taking on the pad. And so again, just the pace of Leverage here has the batsman searching for answers.
Well, he's been in his Guyana camp to keep fighting, and Carl, what we've seen in this over so far, and I'm pretty sure that Patadin knows it. Leverage already bowled a short ball and he cannot build another one, so
It takes out the element of surprise. Patadin knows there's not going to be a ridiculously short one.
Or at least there shouldn't be, and if there is...
There shouldn't be, exactly.
Yeah.
If it is, then, well, hooray for them.
So 8 runs in the over so far. Guyana batting at 32 for 2. They need 169 more.
Be hoping that Leverage balls one into the pitch. That one a little shorter. But playing a miss from Patadin. 32 for 2 at the end of 5 overs. Leverage 3 overs in the power play. 2 wickets for 16.
I think we've got overdone, completed. I think that's the end of over number 5.
So 32 for 2, a reminder the raffle tickets are still going on.
Yeah, we've got over completed, but so there's even with the wides. Okay, we've got 3 wide. First one was a wide, second one was a wide, and dot dot wide dot dot dot. So that's a no ball, and they scamper through for a single. So no ball plus 1, and so we get the signal here that we're up to 34 for 2 with still 1 legal delivery remaining, according to umpire Khan.
And now Haslim has a free swing at this. 10 has come off the oval already. Chance to make it at least 16 if this free hit is a legal ball. I know Lungi Ngidi knows all about legal deliveries and free hits. He bowled a no ball to Archer that went for 6. The free hit was another no ball that went for 6, and then he bowled a wide before eventually completing the free hit delivery. Gave up 13 runs in just 1 legal delivery. As you see, maybe a bit of a slow one from Leverage, confusing Haslim there. 34 for 2.
And we've always said, Matt, that sometimes the bowlers come up with their best ball on the free hit. And again, we saw it there where the batsman couldn't score.
Just something about the free hit. Something about the free hit ball.
So Malela and Danny Khan having a little bit of a chat there, I'm pretty sure. They're asking each other, did you buy a raffle ticket? 34 for 2, get your raffle tickets.
Only $5 for a book of 10. How could you go wrong? An autographed bat, an iPad, a gift basket, a shipping of a barrel to any port worldwide, all courtesy of La Parkin Trading Limited. And of course, only $5 will get you that book of 10, so make sure you get your raffle ticket. You hate to be at the end of the game when the raffle is happening and people are winning and celebrating, and you can't celebrate because you don't have even a ticket in the pool. So you have to be in it to win it. So make sure you pick up your raffle tickets.
Yeah, so maybe next year they should include a prize tag. Jamaica card, Jamaica Queens.
So that's to continue, and park and shipping ships to Jamaica Queens. To Jamaica Queens. Dixon oversteps and straight away. Oh, he went off the mat actually, and so delivery just missed the line altogether. And so the no ball then in effect. Free hit ball now. Oh. And as we've always said, the best ball is the free hit ball. Whether that was the best or not.
I was just about to say, is that really the best ball Dixon has, or is it just a misjudgment of swing there from Patterson?
So 40 for 2, we see a 747 takes off in the distance.
Going in the right direction, away from Idlewild Park.
Yes, Carl, John F. Kennedy International. They say averages about 62, close to 60 million passengers annually.
And we heard from the president of the Indo-Caribbean Federation then that they did consult with the air traffic control over at JFK and asked them to change the flight pattern for this day and divert it away from Idlewild.
Clearly Delta Airlines did not get that memo. We've seen a few of them fly over, descending, and they've all been Deltas.
So other than Delta, the main culprit, and by Monday, Matt, the CEO will be gone.
Yeah, it's been really improving years for aviation since the Wright brothers invented their flying machine.
So Dixon has bowled steady wise and no balls here. In fact, only 2 legal deliveries registered in this over so far, and he has bowled 5 balls.
So 9 runs in the over so far.
So he's bowled 6 balls, only 2 of them legal to this point. So an entire over. And so Dixon struggling here with the line.
And Carl, what sometimes bowlers like this will do, they confuse the batsman so much, and you know the rest.
And again, and so Dixon struggling, and so what is it? A wide array of bowling. He's got a wide array of deliveries, and Troy Haley goes up to have a chat with Marinara Dixon. And the newly minted married man, Troy Haley. And that's the first time he's given that marital advice.
Lot of firsts, Troy, lot of firsts.
I hope Troy Haley and you guys are friends. I really do hope.
I do too. Otherwise, when this match is over, we gotta run for the car.
Down the leg side again. Pulled away from Haslam, field out there.
And Haslam might have missed out there. That delivery probably should have traveled. And so Marinara escapes with 1. 4-5 on the board for the loss of 2 wickets. We're into over number 6, so still in the power play. Marinara Dixon given a chance here to make an impression. And the impression that he's made is not good. This one will run away for more wides here. As they run for, in fact, it's gone across the boundary now. And so Dixon up to 16 now and still bowling here. 16 conceded, only 3 legal deliveries in the over.
Dixon has run up and bowled 9 times in this over. 9 times.
He's bowled an over and a half here.
I think he's
Gotta go easy on your shoulder, Marinaro.
And the fact is, this is his home ground. I think the bowler came from the wrong end.
It's probably got to go around the wicket.
Well, there's only two ends we have.
Oh Lord, here we go.
10.
We could be here all day.
In the meantime, we've been so distracted with extras. It's 51 on the board, 51 for 2.
I wonder if he can go underhand here, Len. I wonder if he goes underhand, will umpire Malala call him?
So cracked into the offside. Burson Reed comes around quickly. And Carl, I've always wondered if you're struggling to get through an over, wouldn't the captain try to come up with a plan that, you know, just run up, just appear that your shoulder has been dislocated and so somebody can pull the over?
Not the captain, Len. The bowler has to.
Oh, there we go.
Now we're talking.
There we go. Haslam's had enough. He's not taking any more extras. Get some willow on it, and he has.
Pull the over?
Not the captain, Len. The bowler has to.
Oh, there we go.
Now we're talking.
There we go. Haslam's had enough. He's not taking any more extras. He wants to get. Can't even see the 6 that was just hit by Haslam because it's not even on our over here.
So
Runs out to the bar.
So 24 given up so far with 1 delivery remaining. Now Dixon scored 30 when he batted, so he's giving it all back right here.
Yeah, this one. So was gone for 24.
And here's the question, Len. Do you question the judgment here, Len, of Renwick Batson throwing the ball to Marinara Dixon in the power play?
Well, power play wouldn't matter for 6s. I mean, it's the only like really boundary that he's given up. The rest have been extras. I mean, yeah, they've been 5 wides here twice. Probably could have been stopped with the field spread out. You never know, but only 1 boundary has really been hit on him off the bat, and a power play didn't do much for a big 6 like that.
And now the search party is out. And
I think, Carl, I really think that ball doesn't want to come back. If you were that ball, Carl, will you want to come back and let Marinara Dixon bowl you?
And so the thing about this, so the question here is,
only if Mendonca's gloves are really comfortable, then maybe.
so umpire Vijay Malala checks the ball to make sure it's the same ball from this match, because clearly we've seen a lot of balls hit into those bushes. 1 legal ball remaining here. Dixon looking to finish up. 24 already gone in the over, mostly by way of extras.
Oh, there we go.
And he is relieved. Perhaps looking to make an impression with the ball here.
In the air. It's a healthy slice. It's running away. Reed puts in a slide. I wonder sometimes if they're necessary.
Might have needed that one, because it was running pretty quickly.
Yeah, good bit of work there from Barriston. Might have saved the run.
And that's the technique being employed even at the international level these days.
Oh, cut away. Let's see. There's the
here.
rule, giving chase. Brings out the slide.
And this time reduces the batsman to only a single. So good work by Reed out to the deep. Chawinam putting him to work as the over comes to an end. 4 runs from it. A good over from Dino Chawinam. It's 62 for 2 at the end of 7 overs. While there's a break in the action, again I want to acknowledge the several sponsors who have made today possible. We'll start with the man who is promoting the 6-hitting contest, and that is none other than Hafiz Ali out of the Rockaway group of companies. And so I want to say thank you to Hafiz and Norway and some members of the Rockaway team in the ground. We saw quite a few of them sitting around earlier, just being on hand to witness the cricket happening here. Main Street Insurance, Nasir Mohammed, Rudy Prasad, Gemtex, the Park and Queens Resource and Advocacy Center, AD1 Tax Preparation, Central Auto Repair and Body Shop, Guyana Team, City Bias and Stitching. That's our good friend Jay-Z Mohammed in the party tent. Upscale Construction, that's Irfan Malik, Cricket Zone USA, among others. So Damien Jacobs starts with the ball. As he goes off the mat, it would appear. So we get confirmation from umpire Malela. And so a free hit upcoming here, Damien Jacobs, inauspicious beginning. And so the extras continue to mount here for the Caribbean Invitational.
In the air, free hit, don't care. Wakasa leave the man settling under it.
So they scamper through for one. So again, as we've always said, Matt, it doesn't really matter. Free hit balls are the ones that are the best effort ball by the bowlers.
And Carl, off the free hit when you get catch, those are the spectator catch these days. Sometimes a lot of spectators in the ground don't know it's a free hit, and they see a catch goes up and they start to celebrate, only to be told it's a free hit ball. So another run here for Guyana. Off the bat of Patterson, he goes up to 16, 65 for 2.
Yes, Len, still 136 more runs needed from 75 balls. Asking rate still up in the 11 region.
So the man bowling there is Damien Jacobs, would have been part of the Barbados Tridents team at one point.
Jamaican player, Jamaican-born player, would have come through the under-19 ranks. In the air, Chowingham takes the catch, and so that's the end of Wasim Haslim. He has to go. Damien Jacobs strikes in over number 8. Would have come through the under-19 ranks. In the air, Chowingham takes the catch, and so that's the end of Wasim Haslim. He has to go. Damien Jacobs.
18 of 20 balls, 1-6.
So Haslim gets the applause from his teammates. 16, in fact 18 of 20 balls, 1-6-1-4. So 90 strike rate. And so he gives way here as the new man walks to the middle in the form of the captain. Hemindra Ramde Hall makes his way out to the middle.
So Carl, the famous question for you, what's a captain's knock?
And it is a good question. In fact, I heard this question being asked not so long ago. And how is it different from a regular knock? Or the other one is the captain leading from the front, as opposed to where would you lead from exactly?
Well, I'm not sure, but I'm just gonna say, well, we need a captain's knock from Ramde Hall. So 8 overs gone, 65 for 3. With Patterson on 16, Ramde Hall will face when play resumes, and so 136 needed from 72.
Hemindra. So 65 for 3, Chowingham to continue, 1 over for 4 runs. And so he'll continue here to Hemindra Ramde Hall.
So good start here from Chawina. First over went for 4, so he's been quite economical. 65 for 3. So Guyana has a long way to go. They still require 136 from 70.
And the sun comes out brilliantly for one of the few times on the afternoon. I wonder who does that brighten the prospects for, as this one is hit up and over extra cover and should go away into the gap. He finds the gap, and that will be a boundary, a well-needed one for Guyana. One of the few times on the afternoon. I wonder who does that brighten the prospects for, as this one is hit up and over extra cover and should go away into the gap. He finds the gap, and that will be a...
Yes, DC.
Gonna want to see them against Mumbai.
The Daredevils suddenly now the Capitals. What affected that name change, Matto, you know?
Well, the Devils brought them years of failure and heartbreak. Even though I do prefer the name Daredevils over Capitals. But new uniform, new logo, new name, new captain. Everything, new coach in the form of Ricky Ponting. And then ever since then, we've managed to get to the playoffs, and now we're unbeaten in the first 2 games this season.
And impressively unbeaten at that. They've looked very sharp. Quality play.
Against Chennai Super Kings, the batting did come off. Could have done better against Kings 11. Match should have never gone down to the super over, considering they needed about 42 in 3 overs. Only Delhi could collapse like that.
Well, look, long way yet to go in the IPL. So we'll have to wait and see how things unfold. 70 on the board, a loss of 3 wickets, 5 runs to Hamindra, 16 to Patidin.
So 12 runs and over is the asking.
And pressure now will start to build here for Guyana as they fall behind the run rate.
So Damian Jacobs, quality leg spinner, part of the New York franchise in the current exhibition games in the minor league. And chose to play here today, Carl, in preference to going up to Connecticut. So something about the ICF game, 70 for 3.
It's a big game here then, lots of prestige.
So ball cut away, passes Wakas Ali.
Only one on offer though, and so singles can't hurt the Caribbean team. And so they will concede those all day long.
So it's 130 to win from 64. 130 to win from 64.
Asking rate up and over 12. And so it's going to require a plan here from the Guyana contingent.
Patidin goes big and it goes over the rope.
So Patidin gets into the act. The budget for the Sixes competition just went up by $20. Plan here from the Guyana contingent.
Patidin goes big and it goes over the rope.
So Patidin gets into the act. The budget for the Sixes competition just
you got it right, Carl. So it's all $20 for him.
Well, maybe he has to contribute to the gas. Driver might be saying, "Hey, you want some money at the park? Got to chip in a few dollars here."
Goes up to 22, 7 runs in the over. Spinning away. So Jacobs.
Patidin had a thought initially. Looked like he was going to go once again, but thought the better of it. And this one is a wide. So wide is the call. Umpire Malala.
So extra number 28. We've seen wides totaling 24.
And then Extra's the top scorer so far.
Yeah, I think next year when Guyana picks his team, you've got to ask, where's the extra guy? 79 for 3 in the 10th over.
And we got some stat line before Wassim Haslem went that he averaged some over 50 in T20s according to Crick Clubs. Didn't come off today. 51 was his average with a high score of 122 as they double up here. And so Damien Jacobs asking the question, like, what's happening out there?
So 81 for 3 at the end of 10. 81 for 3. 81 for 3. So from the remaining 10 overs, they need 120 runs. So Carl, it's 81 for 3 at the end of 10. So yeah, Caribbean, the Caribbean team was batting a 79 for 2 at the end of their 10, but the problem is the Caribbean 11 in the last 3 overs or so got 40 plus, maybe up to 50 runs in the last 3 overs, so that could be the difference here.
Yeah, they accelerated sharply at the death, did the Caribbean Invitational, so they were able to post 200, and actually a lot of it, that damage done by Dixon, who contributed tremendously at the very tail end of the innings. So
yes, Carl, and we've got to say special good evening, good afternoon actually to some other league officials, the guys from the softball league. We see Anil Bihari
yes,
and Gibby. Yeah, they're having their big event next week. Next week Sunday.
And that event will take place right here at Idlewild Park.
Yeah, that's the New York Softball Premier League. And so we invite you to come out and see softball cricket at its best. And that will be right here at the Idlewild Park. So I want to say a special good afternoon to Anil Bihari and Gibby and all the boys from the Softball Premier League.
This one is punched away. Could be another couple of runs here as they go for one. In fact, they settle for one as the strong throw comes to the non-striker's end. And so only one and off for there. Good work in the deep. The man out there. And so it's 83 for 3. 10.2 overs gone.
So the New York Softball Premier League next Sunday. Oh!
Teed off. Patterson picks up his second 6. And so 20.2 overs gone.
So the New York Softball Premier League next Sunday. Oh!
Teed off. Patterson picks up his second 6.
Will be richer by $40. I wonder if Hafiz is gonna have to make another trip back to the office.
No, Lynn, this time he brought the Brinks. So the Brinks is parked right outside the gate. And I don't want to see anybody making a move for the gate for the entrance.
Oh, not a slashing shot on this one. We'll probably got one bounce, a couple of bounces, and it goes away for 4. So a couple of big strikes here from Chris Patterson. He goes up to 34.
Entrance.
Oh, not a slashing shot on this one. We'll probably got one bounce, a couple of bounces, and it goes away for 4. So a couple of big strikes here.
34 balls, so he's going run a ball here. And 2 6s, 3 4s.
So 108 from 65, in fact 108 from 55. 11.7 is the asking. Patterson is up to 34.
Good comeback delivery from Chawanan. 1 ball remaining then in over number 11. 12 already gone in this over. Chris Patterson, the man on strike. 34 from 35.
So Ramdehal.
So that completes the over. And so 12 from it, it's 93 for 3 with 11 completed.
So 108 required from 54. Asking 12 and over. So Damian Jacobs, 2 overs, no made, 1 for 14. Continues Guyana. Need 108 from 54 balls. 108 from 54. Ramdehal, the man on strike, he's on 9. Patadin is on 34. They're 93 for 3. 108 required. So Vijay Malela and Danny Khan, the umpires. Vijay Malela comes out from the DC area. A bit of neutrality in the umpires this year as Jacobs, ball pulled into the onside. Score over. 99 on the scorecard, another 6 here. This time off the bat of Hemendra this year as Jacobs, ball pulled into the onside. Scored over. 99 on the scorecard, another 6 here.
Treatment. Going across the line again. Here's Ramdehal, 102 from 52 deliveries.
So 99 for 3, still 102 required from 52. So punched towards the offside. Troy Haley makes an easy stop, restricting the batsman to only a single. That brings up the 100 for Guyana. 100 on the board for Guyana. And so they needed exactly 101 from 51 balls. So 12.12 is the asking rate. 7 in the over. So for 3, Rudy Prasad has made his way into the ground. President of the Eastern American Cricket Association.
Yes, Len, and one of the sponsors.
So how did that sneak through? 105 for 3. You're playing the wrong sport.
The Eastern American Cricket Association.
Yes, Len, and one of the sponsors.
So how did that sneak through? 105. Go with the League 2 side first.
Or maybe MLS. You can't go to Europe with that kind of control. So 105 on the board for the loss of 3 wickets. 12 overs are in the books. And so 96 more runs are needed from 48 balls at an asking rate of 12 per over. The batsmen out in the middle, Chris Patterson and Heminja Ramdehal, both are well set. Patterson on 35, Ramdehal on 20. And a partnership of 40 between these two. And so now Chowinam gives way here as a new bowler introduced. And so it's the first class player, Yannick Elliott, coming from the John F. Kennedy end. So he'll replace Chowinam. Chowinam 3 overs, none for 21. And so Elliott comes in here to bowl the 13th over. 105 for 3.
So 96 from the remaining 48 balls. So very meticulous Yannick Elliott, just making sure that the personnel are placed in the right place. Starts well with a dot ball, so that brings the equation down to 4 remaining. 96 to win, Matt.
So match may come down to this partnership here. There's these two set batsmen out in the middle. We'll have to try to get Guyana as close to their target as possible. They're still 95 runs away with just about 46 balls remaining.
Oh, swung away for 6.
And so a poor ball over pitch by Elliott, and Heminja Ramdehal obliges smashing it. Just about 46 balls remaining.
Oh, swung away for 6.
And so a poor ball over pitch by Elliott, and Heminja Ramdehal.
26, 2 4s and 2 6s, that's 20 alone. 26 of just 14 deliveries. So he's not messing around, and he knows he's going to need plenty more of those, and Patterson's going to have to chip in as well. And if anybody else has a chance to bat, they'll have to get boundaries as well. Tries to get one away again. Can't score. 89 from 44 deliveries. Partnership of 47. Definitely the big one. This 60 is the highest partnership. This one sliced away. There's a field out there. This should only be a couple.
Yeah, powerful throw from Alex Hussain may have struck Ramdehal. And they haven't made an armor yet for throw-ins that come in from long range. So,
yeah.
Well, Carl, you'll be giving our statistician a lot of work. Come on.
As this one tugged into the onside for a single.
Well, Alex is going to be the 7th bowler used, so we'll have to go through this 7 and then Guyana 7.
83 to win from 41. Oh, doesn't get the elevation. Looking for 2.
Challenge for the second, and they'll get it easily.
So a partnership of 55. Can this partnership help or get Guyana over the 200 mark?
Well, this is the one.
This is it.
Yeah, I agree. This is the one, Matt, that will likely have to get them as close as possible, even if it doesn't get them over the line.
It's not the biggest partnership as yet, but it will have to be.
Oh, you've got a
partnership of 55, highest is 60.
You've got to make use of those balls. So another ball goes through. 81 to win from 39. 81 to win.
A short one, width on offer. Got to do something with those. And again, Randy Hall. 2 deliveries that was there to be hit. Can't get it away. Can't make contact even. 81 required from 38. Still Caribbean Invitation all over this. But Ramdehal and Patted, and you never know, they can pull it back. Couple of big overs, but another play and a miss here from Ramdehal.
So brilliant bowling by Alex Hussain. Only 4 in the over, including a wide. And has bowled 3 dots on the trot consecutively.
This time he gets it. Could have gotten a few more. Heminja Ramdehal finishes
Over, including a wide. And has bowled 3 dots on the trot consecutively.
This time he gets it. Could have gotten a few more. Heminja.
And another Atlantis man is Trinson Carmichael. And so Atlantis well represented here at the Indo-Caribbean Federation as this one tugged down the ground for another single. And so total now up to 127. 127 for 3. We're into the 15th over. And a swing and a miss. Quicker delivery. As Yannick Elliott looking to carry things on here as a young cricketer has gone onto the field. And this one is
put up. 1 bounce for Ramdehal. He's played that shot well, and he gets another boundary for it.
And field. And this one is
put up. 1 bounce for
31. Then the total. Ramdehal goes into the 40s. He's up to 42. And of course, want to say good afternoon again to Ravi from the Rotary Club of Jamaica, District 7255, Service Above Self, Rotary International. Encourage folks to get connected with Ravi if they can and find out more about the Rotary Club of Jamaica. Is that Jamaica Queens? Jamaica Queens, there you go. All right, well, at a Caribbean event, we have to clarify between Jamaica Queens and Jamaica in the West Indies. So, Rotary Club of Jamaica Queens, ladies and gentlemen. So another dot outside the off stump. Delivery played and missed by Ramdehal. He's batted well. 42 from 24 ball. Down the track, and he's gone down the track. Elliott strikes. And Elliott putting up his hand here for an MVP award by Ramdehal. He's batted well. 42 from 24 ball. Down the track, and he's gone down the track. 131 for 3. And Mendonca, another man out of Atlantis. Queens United now, but a former Atlantis man. Alright, so Atlantis have their tentacles all over this ICF event. And so it's 131 for 3 with 15 in progress.
Yes, Carl, the players have more movement than some of the seam bowlers around. So Arun Prashad comes to the middle with Guyana still needing 70 from 31 balls. Very tough asking here, but they're here to compete. It's 131 for 4. So 70 to win from 31.
And quite a bit required here. Just one delivery remaining in over number 15. So 5 overs remain after this one. And Arun Prashad will be on strike with still a long way to go. The asking rate now up over 13, approaching 14. And so the struggle just gets exponentially more difficult from this point forward. They cross for 1. That is all that's on offer. So that's Hussein in the deep.
Yeah, Guyana may have left a run down there, Carl, when we've said it so many times. This is a big field. If you play a ball that goes all the way down to the ropes area, you've got to put pressure on the fielder. When you put pressure on the fielder, they make mistake. We saw Alex Hussein not picking up cleanly. That's when you got to come back for another one. You've got to challenge the fielder with his throw. You will have to be really pinpoint to get your run out. You need runs 132 for 4. They may have left one down there.
You guys can do it. I might have to score this. Can you use it? Can you score this one?
Yo, we're point. We're point. We're point. Yo, we're point.
69 from 30. Okay. What's up, boss? So 69 needed from 30 balls. Asking rate just under 14 and over. 13.8 is the ask. Alex Hussein given a second over here by Renaud Batson.
So Prashad will be the man on strike. He has scored a single already. Settling for 1, so a bit of a good start here, Matt, from Alex Hussein, a young player. Saw him in the under 25. And so 68 from 29, the pressure on Guyana. They need 14 runs and over. Patterson is on 38. Oh, he comes down the track.
There we go. There's one of them. Patterson hammers it into the bush.
Runs and over. Patterson is on 38. Oh, he comes down the track.
There we go. There's one of them. Patterson. It doesn't get elevation. 61 from 27 is the equation. Tall ask still for Prashad and Patterson, but still with Patterson still there, he can strike a ball very well and can strike it very far.
Yeah, it's a big difference. One shot in cricket carries 6 runs. Those are the one that needs targeting. But it's still going to be tough. The Caribbean Invitation 11, not a pushover with your bowling attack. Oh, struck well, straight down the ground. 1 bounce for 4.
Straight, nicely done from Prashad.
It's still going to be tough. The Caribbean Invitation 11 not a pushover with their bowling attack. Oh, fuck and struck well. Down the ground. One bounce for 4.
Straight nicely.
Stay away from Adil Khan's $4,500 camera. Oh,
Good unorthodox from Prashad. They don't matter how it comes as long as it...
$4,500 camera.
Good unorthodox from Prashad. They don't...
From Alex Hussain, so he's under pressure.
Guyana will need out here strong. 1 ball remaining.
Yes. 53 from 4 overs. Still gettable with patted in on the crease, and Prashad has looked good. Not over yet.
It's going to be tough, but yeah, nothing is impossible.
Well,
not on T20.
If you're Renwick batsman, you have to be looking at your bowling options. Still have leverage to come back. If you go through and look, he himself has 2 overs remaining.
Jacobs has got 1. Elliott has 2 left.
Yep.
Chawinam has got 1, although he was a bit expensive in his last over.
So he has some options here without using the part-time bowlers, let's say. And I would consider like Marinaro Dixon, even Alex Hussain, probably a part-time option.
So 53 to win from 24. 53 to win from 24. 13 runs and over. And Yannick Elliott comes into bowl to Patterson. Patterson comes down, makes adjustment, cuts and gets a single out towards the backward point area. Fielder does well to restrict the batsman to a single, and that's Hussain. Good commitment.
That's brilliant on the part of Alex Hussain. He committed his body and to keep the ball on the square. Couldn't stop 1, but
52 required from 23.
Might have saved 2 or 3 there with that committed effort. It brings Arun Prashad on to strike here.
So 149 on the board.
And while there's a break in the action, I want to take a moment to say good afternoon to Iqbal Sheriff of Sun Power Elite Dealer, StateSolarInitiative.com. Iqbal Sheriff, want to say good afternoon to him.
Elevation from Prashad, just a single patted in is on strike.
So the 150 comes up for Guyana. They need 51 more runs.
And just over 3.4 overs to get there. Only 3 remaining after this one.
Patted in! It's gone upstairs! Chris patted in with his 4-6.
Over 3.4 overs to get there. Only 3 remaining after this one.
Patted in! It's gone upstairs! Chris patted in with his...
Yeah, Carl Walters, a break in the action. New York Softball Premier League happens next Sunday right here.
Yes, Len.
Arsenal will take on Firefest, is that? No, Arsenal will take on...
What? Look at ball skills, man, of soccer skills.
Well, the search party has been deployed.
No, they have a ball. There's a ball. Team, they have a ball. Yeah, he's got a ball right there. Who have it? They look like Team, they have it, yeah.
Yeah, they've got a ball. So they'll have to wait until at least another 6.
So cricket of a different kind comes up next week as... it will be Arsenal. Arsenal will play Kingfish at 10 a.m. and Galaxy, New York Galaxy will play Firefest at 9, and then the final happens after that game. So softball cricket does its best and is coming to The Idlewild ball. Oh! That's
Patted in. He's missed it.
Big wicket there. Patted in. Oh, he was on the charge again. Got beaten.
that game. So softball cricket does its best and is coming to the Idlewild ball. Oh! That's
Patted in. He's missed it.
Big wicket there. Patted in. Oh, he was on the charge. A brilliant 52 scored from his 46 balls, but he has to go as Damien Jacob strikes.
Patted in. That is massive. Absolutely massive. He's batted well, but he'd have loved to take his team over the line. At least as close as possible. He's gone. He's come down the track and he's just got air. He hasn't got anything on the ball. Yannick Elliott with the wicket. 45 from 20 deliveries. They'll need some power hitting. We've seen chases like this go down very, very close. But usually there is a batsman there to anchor them. Prashad and now Madramutu both very new to the crease. So we'll have to see. They're going to have to adapt very quickly.
And that's the difference, Matt. There are no set batsmen out in the middle anymore. Both have been dismissed in quick order. First we saw Hemindra Ramdayal go, and then followed in quick succession by Chris Patterson. So now two new batsmen having to now navigate their way towards trying to overcome 200, which is the target on the board. 45 needed from 20 balls, and so Yannick Elliott picks up wicket number 2 to go along with his stellar performance with the bat. So putting his hand up here for MVP honors.
so 45 from 20. And that's the thing, Carl. Madramutu will have to get going into first gear from the very get-go, and that's not an easy thing. It's 157-44 from 19.
Yes, Len, in limited overs cricket, very difficult to get on the ball right from ball 1 to be on the go. And so that's the challenge that Madramutu faces here as he joins Arun Prashad, who has been out there for just 6 balls. So it's not like Prashad is much more, has been out in the middle for much longer than Madramutu has. So two new batsmen now having to get Guyana as close as possible.
Yeah, those singles will not worry the Caribbean team. And so 3 overs left, 43 to win.
While there's a break in the action, again I want to say good afternoon to the sponsors of the Indo-Caribbean Federation 30th anniversary trophy match coming to you here from Idlewild Park. They include Main Street and Trent by Leverage, keeping the ball in play as they scamp up a rock, thinking about a third. Not there, as Prashad was not willing to come back for the third. Said no.
So personnel change. Batson goes out deep. And those are high trafficking areas, Carl, coming down to the latter stages here.
Well, it's a strategic move here, and I think the best catchers now are on the boundaries as they realize, as the Caribbean team recognizes that Guyana will have to be swinging for the fences. And this one hit. Haley takes it. Oh, what a catch. Troy Haley. He might have caught one of the brilliant catches taken, probably the most brilliant catch as a married man. He takes it.
Well, you just jinxed it. You just told him he couldn't catch, and now look what happened. He just told Troy at the boundary he couldn't catch.
Well, he did. So Troy Haley comes up with a stunner. The ball might have caught him, but nonetheless he hangs on. And so Prashad has to go as he falls. It's now 160 for 6 as the new batsman goes to the middle.
Yeah, that's a good catch from Troy Haley. Troy Haley has done well. Those catches towards this part of the game. At this juncture of the game, Carl, those catches are very, very important.
Second best catch, the first one was your wife.
And not that ball would have gone for 6. That ball would have gone for 6.
Yeah.
So not only did he save 6 runs, he also picked up a wicket. So they said it's the second best catch that he has taken in the last couple of weeks. The first one was his wife. Second is this one.
I think Troy will have to ask Batson to put him on the other side of the field. I don't like this abuse. I don't like this abuse.
Troy, I'm going to point to the guy who's abusing you, Troy. Troy, is this guy right here?
So 41 from 16, Madramutu has run down to face the next ball. Damian Jacobs has picked up his second wicket. And what a play we've seen in the second ball of this inning. So 41 to win from 16 balls. How much can Madramutu strike this ball? Karan Sinarain is the new man.
Swing and a miss.
Again, Madramutu looking for the fences. That's what's required at this juncture. Asking rate up over 16, so Madramutu has to go. Urgency required.
That's gone. Don't worry about that one. Madramutu tees off on it. Short one.
Madramutu has to go. Urgency required.
That's gone. Don't worry about that one. Madramutu tees.
Sinarain watches the action. Damian Jacobs with 2 more balls in this over.
Yeah, they just need to limit the boundaries in Caribbean 11. That's all they have to do. Madramutu, Troy Haley comes around. He's not going to get there. 4 runs to Madramutu. And with striking like this, could this game take another twist? That's all they have to do. Madramutu, Troy Haley comes around. He's not going to get there. 4 runs to Madramutu. And with striking like this.
12 off the over so far. Madramutu on the go. So 170. It's not all out of the realm of possibilities.
Well, Guyana must be wondering, why not ball back Dixon?
Dixon, I think he would refuse if he was offered. Oh, Haley! Haley!
Madramutu! 25 in 2 overs.
Was offered. Oh, Haley! Haley! Madramutu, 241 runs, 87 in T20, average of 17. So usually doesn't get a lot of opportunities, but comes up big this time. 17 off the over, or rather 17 to Madramutu, 176 for 6 with 2 overs remaining. So 25 needed from 12, 25 needed from 12 balls.
Carl, it looks like leverage has been called up here.
Well, this is the important
This is the over,
here.
yeah.
This one will determine the match.
Leverage is bowled well, 3 overs for 18 with 2 wickets.
Different time. So we'll come into bowl to Karan Sinarain. He will face his first ball. And so 25 to win from 12. 24 will send it into a super over.
Sinarain's just got to hand over the strike to Madramutu. If not, find the boundary himself.
So,
and of course, reminder that next week, right here at Idlewild Park, softball cricket will tee off on this ground, and so we encourage fans and spectators to come back here for excitement, cricket excitement of the softball variety. It'll be right here at Idlewild Park, so put that on your calendar, make it a date, and don't be late.
What a nail biter. What an over this is going to turn out to be. Regardless of what happens, it's a big over.
This could be the match right here, the penultimate over of the run chase. And so the ball has been given to Reynard Leverage. All the pace that he musters, that he brings to the middle. And so Majamutu and Suna Ryan discussing what the plan will be over these next 12 deliveries. And Leverage, he probably will be the man to determine the outcome here, because as this over goes, perhaps the prospects of Guyana will go where the over lands.
Yes, Carl.
25 and 2 overs.
25 and 12. 25 and 12.
And Hafiz Ali counting on some sixes leaving the park for Guyana to win. Man in the deep. Good catch. So the man out there, and we know that when wickets fall, runner for Guyana to win. Man in the deep. Good catch. So the man out there, and we.
At 9. 25 from 11 deliveries.
And Carl, more importantly, it's not necessarily the fall of the wicket, but it's a dot ball and they have very few left.
Well, the fall of the wicket matters in the sense that the new man coming to the wicket will have to look at least one or two. And so he is like a new eye. He has to come in and get his eye in before he can be on the go. And so the new man who goes to the middle is Randy Wilson, former Player of the Year in the Public Schools Athletic League. So he walks to the middle. A man who would have graced the pages of Sports Illustrated as the Wingate Player of the Year and the skipper of the Atlantis Cricket Club. So Atlantis in full representation here at the Indo-Caribbean Federation as Randy Wilson walks to the middle. He'll be at the non-striker's end for the moment as Majamutu will take strike, having crossed with the ball in the air. And so he'll face Reynard Leverage with Guyana needing 25 from 11 balls.
Leverage to Majamutu. This is the over. This is it. Majamutu for Guyana. Leverage for the Caribbean Invitational 11.
So Leverage just picked up his third wicket. He's bowling at 3 for 18.
And he has shown up to the party here this afternoon, Len. Really has gotten wickets at key, crucial intervals.
Oh, swing and a miss.
And he got one. He got away with one there. Leverage perhaps.
Clever bowling. This is clever bowling from Leverage, taking pace off the ball. You could tell it did not carry to Mendonca. And so that's the employ here.
And Majamutu was well through his shot before the ball arrived. So you're right, Len. He is using some variation here to certainly look to keep Majamutu off guard a bit. 10 balls remaining.
Short one, wide given. Wide given. Leverage going too short on this occasion.
And not only that, I thought I saw Majamutu duck. So Majamutu, rather than looking to go for a big shot, decided to take evasive action.
Yeah, that's perception, Carl. We're dealing with facts. It's a wide. 177, 24 to win in 10. 24 to win in 10. And I think the Guyanese supporters who are heading to the exits as DHL makes his way off.
Up to 21, 20 of 9.
As DHL makes his way. Can leverage, finish off strong. Who will it be? We'll find out. 20 to win from 9 balls. 20 to win from 9.
All hanging in the balance here. Machamutu on the go. He's up to 21. 21 from 7, 300 strike rate for Terence Machamutu. All the Guyana faithful up on their feet. Full.
Mendoza fumbles the scamper through for 1.
Bye, I think it is. Bye is the call. More importantly, though,
Randall's on strike. Machamutu's at the wrong end. 19 of 8 deliveries. Randall Wilson, they need boundaries. We know he can bat Randall, but a completely different ball game.
So Randall Wilson will have to do some heavy lifting here, or they'll have to turn it over quickly back to
6 off the over so far. So 19 needed from 8 balls. 19 from 8. 19 hit. 19 required from 8 balls. Two balls remaining in this, the 19th over.
So 19 to win from 8 balls, 6 in the over so far. A couple of balls remaining here.
And every man invested here in the outcome.
Randall Wilson faces his first ball of the game.
Driven up straight to the field. Machamutu on strike. 18. 7 deliveries to get that 18. Machamutu's at 21 of 8.
So the question is, you have to be thinking ahead here if you're Batson Len. Who does he go to for the final over? 1 ball still remaining in over number 19.
Himself a field. Himself a field.
And Scott Yannick Elliott, who went for a few in the previous over. Have to.
Machamutu seemed to have loved the spin.
Well, you know who we won't go for. Would be Marinara Dixon. Swing and a miss. And they scamper through for a bye. So Machamutu will keep the strike when the over turns over. And so it's a bye, so 8 off the over. And the wicket fell with the first ball. So 184 for 7, 17 needed from the final over. And so where does Batson go here? 16 to tie, 17 to win for Guyana. It all comes down to the final over here in the Indo-Caribbean Federation match 2020.
Yes, Carl, and I rather doubt in 30 years of ICF cricket if any of the games had gone down to super over. Of course, we know in the earliest stages of the ICF there were 40 over games.
I think I remember one year that we had a super over. I think it was a year when either Karen Ganesh scored 100 or scored 98 or something like that.
Renick Batson, captain. I guess this is a prime definition of leading from the front. Again, still unsure as to how you can physically manage to do that. We know metaphorically what it means.
And so here we go. It all comes down to this.
So 17 needed from 6 balls. The Caribbean Invitation 11 that bowled several wides. They have bowled a few no balls, but not Batson. Batson has only bowled 1 wide in his 2 over spell. So can he give Guyana a freebie? 17 to win from 6.
A freebie, you say then? Freebie, what does that mean? What does that entail? ICF anti-corruption?
So Machamutu, he's up to 21 from just 9 balls, and let's see what he's done in terms of 6s, 2 6s and 2 4s. And so final 6, 17 runs needed, 16 will tie. And so Malela is making sure.
And already, Len, somebody's appealing for a super over here. And super over will just allow this game to extend a little bit more.
Swing and a miss. Gonna go against the run. Madramutu 17 from 5.
So the helmet comes off.
And Yudish Bisnath makes the run out to the middle.
Yeah, Carl, in my opinion, I'm superstitious of equipment change. Never works.
Well, let's see what happens here, and then that will determine whether or not your superstition is well served. It's based on anything factual. Is based on anything factual. And
Carl, I think
bowl length at this stage, Len. If you're a batsman, you cannot bowl length. He goes length.
I think Rockaway group of companies need to make the stakes higher on a 6.
Yes, Len.
$20 is nothing.
Well, for these last, if any 6 hit after this could be $100.
11 to win and 4 balls. Madramutu faces up to Batson. 11 to win.
And so now we'll have to see who... Put it down! Oh no! Majamuta had to go back. Where's the run out? And so now... And so we'll have to see what happens here. So they're saying Majamutu didn't cross on the second run. And so...
Yo, King Country. That's it. That's it. King Country.
So Randall Wilson on strike, 10 to win from 3 balls. 10 to win from 3.
Haley is there again.
And they're coming back for second. The throw is in.
Good running.
Back for 2, so good work.
8 from 2, Wilson 2 fills.
Yeah,
a 6 and a 2.
One will have to go for a boundary. Some boundary here.
Has to hit a boundary. Has to hit a boundary. It's all on Wilson now.
7 will tie.
Well, a boundary is not necessary right here, even though you would like to have it. Just need to get more than 2.
It's gone nowhere, fielder.
Catch is taken, so Damien Jacobs takes it. And so Wilson here, even though you would like to have it. Just need to get more than 2. Oh, yes!
Good nowhere, fielder.
Catch is taken. So Damien Jacobs takes it.
Yeah.
Overstep the crease or bowl a wide or bowl some extra here, the equation will be in favor of the Caribbean Invitational. And so the match comes down to an anticlimactic final delivery, but it's a very close match as the Guyana 11 falls by 6 runs in a spirited chase, and one delivery here or there could have made the difference, and Troy Haley might have saved the day in the end, pulling back one that Majamutu hit out of the screws, keeping it in play. And so it's a single to Amanat to close things out here. And so we'll pause here for a number of activities that need to happen here at the final part of the game. Well, 1, we have to tally all the 6s. That's 1. 2, we have to deal with a raffle. 3, we've got a performance that will happen. 4, we've got a point of gratitude from the president of the Indo-Caribbean Federation, Mr. Ralph Tamish. And so a lot needs to happen, but this game came all the way down to the very last few deliveries. Congratulations to the